appreciate you taking some time to carve this into your schedule because I know how fucking busy you are all the time. You're the guest, you're the potential guest who I have referenced the most on this show. I've probably told you, Air Butler was a big inspiration for me. And so I often talk about this time that I was with you and like my buddy Eric from Air Butler, we'll get him on here one day. I always say that. So I'm excited to have you on here.
Yeah, I've been watching afar, but closely for many years. So I'm happy to finally come on.
Dude, sweet. Real quick, you just want to introduce yourself and maybe give your title. I don't know what you refer to yourself as, but...
Yeah, I am called many things, but first and foremost, my name is Erich Schick, and I'm the owner, founder of Air Butler, the Butler, as many call me. And we are Columbus's first short-term rental cleaning company, and we're also a full services management company as well. So we do it all. We do all the booking, we do all the guest booking, pricing, management, staging, design. We do all the cleaning still as well, but we've branched out from the cleaning and just cleaning and services that we did when we first started.
That's a lot of things. I want everyone to understand how you started this, but I want to go back a little bit further just to set the scene. So we're going to start like super basic. Where did you grow up?
Yes, so you would know this. We grew up in the same hometown, Upper Arlington, suburb of Columbus, Ohio. And I grew up in a all-boys household. So I had two brothers, and I was middle child. And so always was fighting for my place in the household, was always trying to be seen. And, I was always button heads with my younger and my older brother for a variety of reasons. And I think a lot of ways that led to my future of being seen.
Yeah, you definitely were, and you definitely became seen for sure. Did you enjoy growing up in UA?
I think now I have the perspective of I am grateful that I was raised there. But admittedly, when I was growing up there as a kid, no, I hated it. And we did not fit in with the rest of, I guess, the normal mold of Upper Arlington. Very high wealth area. It's very much like a bubble in itself.
The golden bubble.
The golden bubble, that's right. And people don't really hang out with people outside of UA. It's just very cliquey and preppy, if you will. And that's just not my family.
Yeah.
We were there for other reasons, and my father thought that it was pertinent that we went and had a great education there, which I do think helped us.
Yeah.
So it was a good thing.
Yeah. My dad likewise had the same inclination. What do you feel like, where do you feel like your butting heads are coming into conflict with like the classic UA sort of style?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, and that now I'm grossly generalizing here. But,
yeah, that's fine.
Into my perspective, I mean, a lot of those
and
people,
at the time too.
Yes,
yeah, from like a elementary, middle school, high school.
Right. Yeah. What do you know? Right.
Yeah.
I thought I knew everything, but
sure.
I was more like, we were in Boy Scouts, right? And like we were very like down to earth people. We'd go camping on the weekends. We weren't going to like Cabo and going on spring break and stuff. Like we just worked with our hands. We were honest people. We worked hard, but we didn't have a lot of money. We didn't understand stocks and tech and all this stuff that a lot of people in UA were working in or doing, lawyers, doctors, dentists, and that was not my family, right? So we didn't have a ton in common. We didn't go to the same vacation spots. We didn't go to the same restaurants, and just kind of outsiders in that way. And comfortable in that, but
absolutely
did not hang out with a lot of people in UA.
Okay, so did you have more friends outside of Upper Arlington?
Couldn't say I had many friends.
Gotcha. Was that tough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, growing up with two brothers and, you know, middle children, they kind of have those same issues, I guess, in every family, right? Where it's like the oldest child always gets most of the parents' attention because, they're oldest and they're going through college, or they're always on to the next thing, right? So the parents are always looking after them, figuring that out, right? And then they're looking after the youngest because the youngest needs the most attention because they're the youngest, right? And you get marginalized in the middle, right? At least that was my experience, right? And you get forgotten about.
Yeah. And you felt that way?
I did. I did. And and I was really independent, right? And I was pretty quiet. I didn't really, yell, kick and scream, when I was a kid, and I just kind of kept to myself. And my parents were like, Eric's fine, right? You can just be over there. And that led to a lot of different wants, a lot of different desires in my life, right? It's because a lot of my childhood, it was just, quiet and lonely, if you will. Yeah. My parents worked all the time too. Both of them worked full-time jobs, so they weren't there.
Yeah.
During the day, and my brothers and I were just home alone, fending for ourselves.
Yeah. Not that I feel like this is a marker for rebelliousness, because I have them, although I would say I do have some qualities of a rebel. You had a tattoo in high school.
Mm-hmm.
How did that come? Like, I feel like that's unique in that most people or their parents don't allow tattoos to happen. Like, how did that happen?
No. Yeah.
Because I remember you were in the library one day and you were like, what was it? This one?
This one.
That one. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I got crucified for that one. My parents said they, because I had asked, I wanted a tattoo since, 14, 15.
Mm-hmm.
And especially back then, it was definitely more of a rebellious thing than I think it is now.
Yeah.
It's very widely accepted now. But yeah, back then my mom was like, if you get a tattoo, I'm not letting you back in the house, when you come home. It's like, so, but I do think I broke maybe a lot of barriers with my parents. A lot of things I said that they didn't want or weren't going to accept. After living with me and dealing with me, they maybe broke that, tattoos is one of those things, right?
Yeah.
Like they thought it was a huge issue or thought that it would hold me back in life. And same thing with education, right? They thought, oh my God, if Eric drops out, like he's doomed. And, so that I would say that was almost worse than the tattoo.
Okay.
Was when I dropped out. And because it was all tied to that success.
Right. Uh-huh.
And not that my parents hated tattoos. It was just that they thought there was a stigma that, if he has a tattoo, he won't get a job.
Right.
Or if he doesn't have a degree, he won't get a job.
Yeah.
And turns out I didn't need a job.
Yeah, right. For sure. Do you feel like you were a bit of a rule breaker when you were in your parents' house?
100%.
Yeah. Is that middle child stuff? Or is that just like, parents were maybe more strict? I felt my parents were more strict than the average UA parent. Upon reflection, I don't think they were that bad at all. Mm-hmm. Did you feel that way at all?
I did, and I think our parents, if I can remember, are pretty similar in that way.
I remember our dads chatting during football practice when we were on the team one year. Uh-huh.
And strict, yes. Unpredictable, yes.
Unpredictable how?
Sometimes that strictness was not uniform.
I relate.
They would selectively care.
Yes. Unreasonably care about like somewhat random things.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then other things that you would think would be egregious or not a big deal at all.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Gotcha.
Left over. So, yes, they were, but I don't think crazy amount.
Gotcha. So where do you think the rule breaking came from?
The rule breaking came from, I think, and all kids have angst, right? And all kids want to break rules just because, I think.
Yeah, finding the line.
Yeah. Right? But really, it wasn't because I hated my parents or I hated their rules. I think it was really just I didn't like the situation I was in. And with them, right?
Gotcha.
In the household.
Okay.
Right? And
Okay.
so I think that rebellion was not from just any sort of the way that they were being. It was just everything. It was just I was unhappy in my situation.
Do you feel stuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course you feel stuck because you can't do anything to change it when you're a kid, or you feel like you can't. Right?
What was your opinion of just high school?
Yeah. School was not a good place for me.
Yeah.
And I was not a good student either.
Mm-hmm.
And I always kind of struggled with authority, and hence the issues with my parents as well.
Sure.
Right? Common themes here.
Uh-huh.
I just did not ever want to do anything that somebody told me to do.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if I wanted to do it, I would read hundreds of pages of books. Like if I wanted to know it, right? Like I would read textbooks when I was a kid. I would read novels about things, and very smart, very knowledgeable. But if I didn't want to do it, it wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what it was. Homework, clean my room.
Yeah.
The most important things to my parents or my teachers. If I didn't think it was important, it wasn't getting done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think, very relatable, but do you think at all that came from like a lack of context? And what I mean by that is like, not to say that I necessarily believe there was, but I think, at least for me personally, some of the reason I didn't care about certain assignments was just like the lack of why behind it.
Sure.
And so it was more just like, this is what you do, as opposed to this is how it will make you a more complete person. I was like, that was never there for me. So I was like, I don't know why I'm doing this, so I'm just not going to do it because I don't get it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely part of it too. And yeah, like as a kid, maybe you can't understand why things are important.
Yeah.
Some people are better at that than others. But for me, like, and because I would always ask my parents, like, well, why can't I do this?
Right. Yeah. Oh, I was a big why guy.
That was really important.
Yeah.
And sometimes there is no answer. It's just because.
Right. And I had a big problem with that too.
Yes.
I was like, what? Or because I'm the dad.
Right.
What the? I was like, what does that even mean?
I didn't accept that one either.
Oh, God. Well, I remember in like 5th grade, one of my teachers said that Ben Franklin always asked the question, why? And I took that to heart, but found that when that question was asked, it was often met with resistance or just a non-answer. And I always found that really frustrating.
Yeah.
That was always tough. So we graduate high school. It's 2013. Then what?
Yeah, so my adventures really started.
Yeah.
So in 2013, I did give the college thing a try. So I went to Ohio State in Newark, which is a branch campus of Ohio State in Newark, Ohio. It's about an hour away. Granted, I'd never moved away from home before. This was my first experience. And they have no dorms, right? So you have to live off campus in an apartment, right? So you have to coordinate, find an apartment, sign a lease, and, live on your own.
Did you have to get a job?
Yes, I did have to get a job because I was also, and it's important to note for later, that I was self-paying through school, right?
Gotcha.
So my parents did not co-sign on any loans for college.
But you did take the loans out?
I paid for it out of pocket.
Wow.
Yeah, so the branch campuses were pretty affordable. I think it was like maybe $2,800 a semester.
Okay,
for my classes. And I did get a discount because my father worked at Ohio State.
Gotcha.
So my father worked at Ohio State for 30-something years. And so we got a discount, but I still paid out of pocket, and I took out no loans, which became extremely burdensome. Right, I was working full time through the summer once I graduated high school, and I was working part time in Newark, and it became unsustainable. Yeah.
What was college at all interesting compared to high school?
I'd say very interesting. Depends who you ask. Yes, it was wonderful. Being free of my household, free of my parents, living on my own. I had a roommate who was a buddy I grew up with in high school, and it was a party, man. Yeah, and living off campus. I mean, there's no rules. There's no TAs. There's no smoke alarms. There's no people watching you. There's nobody that can complain about anything, right? And you're just left to your own devices, right? And we had this big group of guys that lived in our complex, and I mean, it was just one big party, man.
Yeah.
I mean, every night. And just kind of got dragged into some maybe nefarious situations,
Sure.
bad actors, bad characters. There were a lot of people in Newark, in Licking County, that also went to that branch campus that I didn't know in Columbus, right? And kind of a whole new cast of people that I met and became acquainted with. And they all like doing drugs.
Gotcha.
So, of course, I started doing drugs.
Yeah.
And got very heavy into that scene there.
What kind of like stuff are they into?
Powders.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
just party drugs, coke, Molly.
Yeah.
Some other stuff as well, but that came later.
Sure.
And yeah, it just starts as parties, right? And just hanging around with the guys, but then those Friday, Saturdays turn into Wednesday, Thursdays, and
it bleeds over
Monday,
quick.
Tuesdays, and suddenly you got a problem.
Yeah.
Right. And you don't realize because everybody around you is doing the same thing, right?
Right. And I feel like one of the things that was poor in Dare was they tell you all the negative effects of drugs, but they don't tell you how awesome they are.
Right.
Because they talk about like XYZ drug is bad, and here are its side effects, here's what can happen to you all the time. But they don't tell you the reason it's dangerous is because when you do it, it's awesome. Right. And you don't want to stop.
Right.
And because I feel like, whether it's weed or anything more extreme, wait, hold on, this is kind of sweet.
Right.
This kind of feels, I like the way this makes me feel.
And you're not prepared for that.
No, not at all. You're like, I was told this was evil my whole life, but here I am functioning, having a great time with my friends. I must be the exception.
Sure. And I told myself that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's easy.
And still going to class and getting decent grades.
So you were doing well in school, reasonably?
I was at this time, yes. And I was still working part-time. And
what were you studying?
I was getting through it. Environmental science.
Okay, cool.
I later switched to business administration.
Gotcha.
Yeah, environmental science. I wanted to be a park ranger.
Hey, nice. Let's go.
Quickly, as I'm sure you did, I realized that there was not a lot of work in that. And
no.
I would have to travel very far away to get a job.
Yeah, for sure. You'd have to do some crazy state park or one of the big ones. Yeah.
Right. So I was studying environmental science, got through my first semester without incident, went home for winter break and quit my part-time job.
Okay.
And
just on a whim?
It was very hard to do with going to school full-time.
Yeah.
And at the time I was lying to my parents and saying that I could do it and that everything was great. Mm-hmm. And the whole time my grades were kind of slipping in the background. And during winter break, I quit that job. And when I went back to school, I didn't tell my parents that I quit.
Okay, yeah.
So they still thought I was working, right? Because I didn't want mom and dad to ask where my money was coming from.
Gotcha. Understood.
Because I had another job.
Yeah, I understand.
And so I did that for the next 6 or 7 months. And in that 6 months, my life completely unraveled.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Very, very short.
Damn. As much as you want to go into that, what does that mean?
Yeah, sure. I'll glaze over it. I mean, I think that for all of the things that I've put myself through, or all of the things that I've blamed on other people in my life, I'm very, very grateful and very happy that all of those things happened to me.
Yeah.
And for me.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that. Right?
What do you mean by for you?
Well, those things happened for me.
Yeah.
Right. They happened because they helped shape me and mold me into the person that I am. Mm-hmm. And, the hottest forges the hottest and strongest iron. Mm-hmm. Right. And so you going through your tribulations and your struggles, if you can learn from them, which in and of itself is very difficult. If, right? Big if. And many people never do that.
Yeah.
But if you can learn from your mistakes, and not that I've learned from all of mine.
No, still learning.
But I did learn from that one. Mm-hmm. And I think it was a defining moment in my life. Mm-hmm. And I was able to have incredible perspective that other people lacked.
Gotcha.
That didn't have a terrible experience and lose their freedom and lose a bunch of these things that people take for granted.
Gotcha. So just real quick, circling back, quick overview of life unraveling and what happened.
Yeah. So I was selling drugs.
Yeah.
I was selling drugs to my entire campus. And like I said, I got in with a bad actor in Newark, and somebody that introduced me to kind of this underground world in the drug world, right? And
exciting.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, my life was like a
movie.
Like a movie. I mean, and for all.
Did you feel kind of like a king? Like,
yeah. I was the guy.
Yeah.
Everybody. I mean, you walk on campus and, people dap you up and, give you a high five, wink at you. You were just, everybody knew.
Yeah, this is it.
And this is it. And like, everybody needed you. Everybody wanted you. You got invited to all the parties. You were the popular guy.
Yeah.
Right? And like, even though maybe you had to do some seedy things to get the drugs or to, get them to these people, like nobody cared. They had you had what they needed.
Yeah.
Right. And I think going back to my childhood too, is like, I like that. Right?
Yeah.
The feeling of being needed. Right.
Yeah.
And the feeling of like, oh, like you're cool. You're the cool guy. Right. And like, you never had this, right? You were like the nerdy, quiet kid. Right. And then you come into this world where everybody knows your name, and you're very popular. People just show up at your house. Right.
Yeah.
And, and it's just one big party, and it just never stopped. And that 6 months, 7 months, I mean, just went by in an instant, and, but it all happened so fast. Like the amount of weight that I was dealing.
Okay.
It was really just centralized to Newark at the beginning, but it quickly grew to all the campuses around.
Dang, it was a bit of a circuit.
Yeah. And I won't get into much.
Yeah, no, I don't want you to.
I hold a record for one of the largest drug busts in Licking County history.
Wow.
Which I was part of.
Yeah, sure.
It was a sting operation,
and this is at the end of this 6-8 months.
At the end of the 6-8 months, and I was targeted by the DEA. I was followed by undercover cops for weeks, staked out, like movie detective stuff, like disguises they were wearing to find me and catch me, and I got caught. So this sting operation involved me selling drugs to an undercover cop.
Gotcha.
And unknowingly selling to somebody that I thought was a friend of a friend. They came in my house. They were wearing a wire and video cameras.
Get out.
Oh yeah, swear to God. And I actually have this video somewhere.
That's incredible. You actually have it? Oh, that's legendary.
Yeah, I'll have to dig for it, man. It's on a CD-ROM.
Shut up.
From like 2012, my lawyer got it, and we got it in discovery, and because they have to forward you all the evidence that they have of you.
Right.
I didn't know that. I didn't even know they had this video. I mean, it must have been like a pinhole, tiny camera. It was this dude was wearing, and like just crazy that like that level of espionage was involved with me as a 19-year-old kid, right? And like a whole team of DEA agents like descended on my property and like my apartment and captured me.
And when is this?
This is in like the very end of the semester in 2014. So this is at the very end of
what would be your freshman year?
Freshman year of college.
That's crazy.
And
what's your mindset as do you see them coming in? Like,
oh yeah.
And do you know immediately like I'm cooked?
It was like one of those scenes like in, those crime Western movies, right? Where it's like the slow-mo and the cops are like rolling in towards them with their guns drawn and the score music starts playing.
Yeah.
It was just like that. Like I was like sitting in my living room and I always had kept my blinds open so I could see if people were coming. And I see like out of the parking lot, I see a black SUV that had been there for a while. And I knew it was them because they had been watching me.
And at that point, did you know you were being watched?
Yes. Yeah, I knew I was being watched.
How did you figure that out? Sorry to derail, but
no. Because they would follow me in their SUVs. they would follow me back from class. They would follow me to my apartment. They'd follow me to my friends' places. And I thought I was being smart, but I think they had the drop on me the whole time.
Wow.
They knew, tracking my every move.
Were you paranoid?
Incredibly paranoid. Incredibly paranoid. To the point where I couldn't sleep, like staying up all night, and just like racking myself with nervousness and no way to live.
Yeah. Did that cause you to like turn to substance more?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like an obvious question, but
100%.
Okay. So these guys are coming in, you see them at the blinds, you knew the SUV was there, you knew they'd been following you.
Yeah. So at that point, they come in, you know, taking everything, busting holes in everything, you know, put me in cuffs and take me to Licking County Jail for processing and get booked. And yeah, I mean, like at that time, nothing like that had ever happened to me before.
Right.
And had you know, like I'd run from the cops like in high school, like, you know,
doing
on our bikes and stuff, you know, lighting off fireworks and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I was never the center of like an investigation. And you know, I mean, I had the foot handcuffs, the leg handcuffs, like they were treating me like a murderer.
Like a problem.
Oh yeah, dude. And I just remember like just not even like being scared, like just really just dissociating and just not even thinking like what's going to happen next, what am I going to do? It was just like, I'm just here.
Yeah.
And
just like so it was like empty.
Yeah, and it was also probably the drugs too, but yeah, it didn't feel really anything at that time.
Wow. So you're in jail for processing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you get your phone call.
Mm-hmm.
My phone call was to an attorney that I had contacted before because I knew something was probably going to happen. So
that's impressive that you even had the wherewithal at 19 to like potentially reach out to an attorney. I never would have done that.
Yeah, no, I maybe watched too many crime movies, but
that's insane. So the attorney answered, I assume.
He did because he knew I had called him and briefed him kind of before on what I had thought would be happening, and so they were reasonably prepared. And but I got an arraignment.
What's that mean?
An arraignment essentially is the judge will, while you're still in jail, they will set your bond.
Okay, gotcha.
Right? Or give you no bond. Right, so you can bond out if you pay bond and post bail.
Right.
Or they won't give you one and you have to stay in jail
until
your actual hearing, which could be months and months and months.
Sure.
And I met many people in there while I was in there that had been in there for like 3, 4, 5 months waiting for trial. And you can go home if you pay them a couple $1,000,
right?
And until you come back for trial.
That's tough.
If you don't have enough money,
you're sitting. Dang.
So me, thankfully, I still had some money buried, stashed a couple places.
Yeah.
And I had called my girlfriend at the time in jail. They permitted me to do this, which to this day I don't know how. On the jail phone was telling this girl like where this money was buried and kept. And so she got it. Bless her heart, she got all this money together. Comes and bails me out.
Let's go.
And so I was in there 6 days, almost a week.
Yeah.
Didn't even try and call my parents.
No. Oh no.
Because they wanted to come. And I didn't want. I just couldn't.
No, I so understand that.
So girl comes, picks me up. And
what did any sort of mindset shift happen while you were sitting there for 5-6 days? No.
Anger.
Like at the man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How could they do this to me? You know, I don't belong here with these people. I should be given a second chance. This is my first time. Running through all the excuses that I can think of and just not looking at it from a mature way.
Sure.
Just trying to point fingers at everybody else. So yeah, no changing happening there. Gotcha. Just anger. And from that, you bond out and I was on bail, but you still have to come back for trial. Right. So in that time, I got arrested again.
Oh God.
So while I was out on bail, I got arrested again in Bowling Green.
And BG.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Just the dumbest stuff.
Okay.
And again, had not learned my lesson, right? Had really at that time not real repercussions. What's a week in jail?
Sure.
When you bond out, and you can go back to your house and sleep in bed. It was nothing, right? And so I went to jail in BG for a night, drunk tank stuff,
Gotcha.
stupid stuff. But I was on probation and awaiting trial for a much larger crime.
Sure.
Right. And long story short, I was on bail for I think 6 months, 7 months, and our lawyer kept extending the trial. It's all their strategies to this to try and get you the best outcome possible. Well, in that time, they figured out that I had been arrested again.
Yeah,
in Bowling Green.
As they would,
of course.
Yeah,
because jurisdictions talk to each other, and so they wanted to pull me off of pretrial release and put me back in jail and give me 7 years in prison for my crimes that I committed in Licking County.
Yeah,
and breaking probation and whatever else. So I was looking at a hard 7 years in prison.
Yeah. What's your reaction when you find that out?
That's when it became real.
Yeah.
And
first emotion you feel, just like
overwhelming fear,
like a pit in your stomach.
Pit in my stomach and disbelief.
Yeah.
And because to me, it was like, I didn't hurt anyone.
Sure.
Right? It's like there was no violence, there was no overdoses, there was no deaths, right? The things that I assume with like dangerous criminals and high drug traffickers and stuff, I didn't think I was doing. But maybe I did.
Sure.
I don't know.
Right.
You have no idea how things are connected, and
you don't know what someone takes of yours and combines with something else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And you are part of the problem. Right?
Sure.
And I was. And so I look at that sentencing differently now, but back then I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm just a kid. I'm no danger to anyone.
Yeah.
I was just trying to make my college tuition.
Right.
They didn't see that.
Right.
And they tried very hard to throw the book at me. And to the point where one of the DA agents that was involved in my case actually wrote a letter to the judge to deny me my probation, to make sure that I would spend at least a couple years in prison.
Wow.
And
that's a little personal.
Oh, it was very personal for Detective Kyle. What
was his deal, Kyle?
I don't know, maybe because his name was Kyle. But we had a working relationship.
Okay.
And he did not trust me.
Gotcha.
And did not like me after some things that I had said to him.
Okay.
And had it out for me, if you will. Because again, I told you that they were following me, and I would tease them, and like yell at them, and like when they would follow me to my house and shit. And he was one of them, and he did not like my attitude.
So you were wilding out.
Yes. King of the world. Thought I was untouchable.
Right.
And just very arrogant. Until, you have consequences.
Yeah.
Right? And had very real consequences. And so I did not get 7 years in prison. I had a very, very expensive, very good attorney that I was able to hire with some of my earnings from my occupation.
Sure.
And that is the only reason that I'm probably still not sitting here in prison. Yeah. Right? Because,
it's crazy that a lawyer took that money.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I do every day.
They take, exactly, I know they take way worse money, but it's just so funny.
Oh, it is. And I mean, that's the way the world works.
It is, for sure. And I mean, I'm grateful that he did. Okay, so you don't get any time.
5 years of probation.
What does that mean?
So really it was probation in Columbus, right? Okay. So I leave Licking County, I moved back to Columbus. and they allow me to transfer to the jurisdiction system in Columbus.
Okay.
Which, compared to Licking County, Columbus is like ridiculously lax.
Yeah, well, you're way less of a problem in Columbus.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Licking County, I was like El Chapo, and Columbus, I'm like a blimp.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Uh-huh.
And so I kind of fell in here to where it was not a huge like target on my back.
Uh-huh.
None of the detectives knew me. I was just kind of a guy from Licking County. And I was very respectful. I had a good job at this time.
What were you doing?
I was working, doing catering and managing food trucks.
Right. So I remember this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is where I started my hospitality journey.
Yeah.
It was in culinary, food trucks, catering, weddings. And I would drive the trucks. I would run crews on this truck. One of my buddies owned the business.
Okay.
And he was gracious enough to let me come in, be an assistant manager for him, and kind of run that portion of his business for him.
Nice.
Yeah.
What did that experience do for you?
On the food trucks?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was kind of my first full-time job because at this time, again, I wasn't in school. I had dropped out at this time. And I really learned what hard work was.
Okay.
Right. And I had done a lot of work and chores and stuff with my dad growing up and helping him with stuff around the house. But like, this was mine. Right. And no one told me to get this job. No one helped me get this job. Like, this was mine. This was my friend. This was my company. Right. And I helped him grow this business. He had just started a couple of years before it, and really like learned what I wanted and what I wanted to be about. Right. And to me, I learned like serving.
Yeah.
Right. And serving in the sense of like to serve others.
To be of service.
Yeah. Not to be a restaurant server, which I've actually never done. But to be of service to others and to get fulfillment and enjoyment out of it, and to create an experience for somebody and to create a meal for somebody is, I believe, a very honorable thing.
How come?
Well, because you are one of the only two professions that has the unique ability to put something inside of somebody for their profession.
Yeah, well said.
Surgeons and chefs. So I get to work on something that you're going to ingest, right? And it could make you very sick if I mess it up. You could also not like it and not eat it, right? Many different things, right? And I take a lot of pride in that and creating that experience for somebody. And I really latched onto that and started to chase that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, one of the cool things about food is it's a non-negotiable. You have to have it. But it's also, it can be art, both in presentation and in flavor. And so when you can provide someone with a necessity that is enjoyable, I think that's awesome. Now, like, there's also something ceremonial about like breaking bread and sitting down at the table. But with a food truck, you can still very much like provide that moment when you take that first bite.
Yep.
What are you thinking about when you have this job, given the experience that you had just had beforehand? Like, what are you paranoid still? Are you like, what just happened? You have some shell shock, like.
Yeah. And I mean, at this time, I had moved back in with my parents because I had nowhere else to go.
And they know.
They know.
Yeah.
And
they're pissed.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And it was a very difficult time, honestly. And just like kind of a veil was lifted with my parents, right? And like their boy, who they like had raised and was like this perfect kid, Eagle Scout and everything else, and like kind of fall from grace, right? And like their quiet, nerdy kid was like this huge, drug kingpin in Newark, right? And, so just coming to terms with that with them. And again, they were gracious enough for me to let me stay there for a couple of weeks. That ultimately blew up and I had to go stay at other friend's house just because it was just not tenable with my father and my mother after a couple of weeks. But anyways, so just trying to get my life on track. And I did not nor did my parents want or have any interest in helping me.
Yeah.
Other than, the couple weeks they let me stay there.
Yeah.
So I did go out and really figure it out on my own. And like I said, I took a lot of pride in that and in that job, right? Like I probably could have gotten a better job through contacts that I knew or my father knew or my mother. But I chose to do that because that was my contact.
Yeah,
right?
It was your choice,
It
your
was my
decision.
choice.
And you got something out of it. You got the service mindset.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And and I carried that forward, I think, to every job I had after that.
Nice. So how long were you at the food truck, and then where'd you go?
Yeah, on and on. It was on and off, but I mean, I think the first portion, it was like a solid 2 years I did just that.
Do you get any culinary experience, like in terms of like making the foods or anything?
Yeah. I did everything on that truck.
Okay.
I did grill, I did window. I mean, I drove the trucks, ran the trucks. So I even learned how to like fix trucks and like fix equipment, grills, all that. Like we really learned everything in that business because it was small. It was a small business. My friend owned it. So it was like, we didn't have manuals. We didn't have like a bunch of money and tech to like solve these problems. It was just like us getting greasy and like figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
Right?
There's something special about that.
Oh yeah. And it was beautiful. And just all the different events and like really learning Columbus as well.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in Upper Arlington, right? I didn't grow up downtown. And now suddenly I was going to Goodale Park and ComFest and all these different events and the Columbus Commons and really like learning the city and meeting people and just getting really comfortable in Columbus.
Did you feel like you started to think Columbus was cool?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I was like, where has this been my whole life? Dude.
Right.
And at that time, Columbus was also experiencing a rebirth as well downtown.
Yes.
Lots of development.
Was this like 2015 now?
2015, 2016.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyways, I'm heavy in the culinary arts at this time, really just practicing, learning everything I can. And in 2015, I get an opportunity to kind of go on my next culinary journey, which is pretty special. I worked on a cattle ranch in New Mexico.
Yeah, baby.
Right. And have to talk about this.
You have to. Bro, I'm sorry to interrupt real quick. So, I knew you elementary, middle school, and high school. We were probably a little bit closer in elementary school, but not like super close middle high school.
Yeah.
So when we reconnect in 2019, and you give this journey. So this is only the second time I've heard it, and it's been now 7 years. But nothing could have surprised me more than any of it. All of it was the most surprising thing. And this cattle ranch, like once you got here in the story, the first time I heard it, I was like, what? Like, what a whirlwind. Like, I just went to OU. And especially one, knowing where you were then when I knew you and how impressive things were at that time, but now where you are now, and we'll get there, but it's very impressive. So anyways, cattle ranch. I just had to have a brief geek out, but
yeah, I always joke with people I've lived many lifetimes.
Absolutely.
And so one of those lifetimes was my time on a cattle ranch in New Mexico. So through a contact that my father knew in New Mexico, and this was actually a cattle ranch that we had both visited as Boy Scouts.
Okay.
Philmont Scout Ranch is what it's called.
Scout Range.
Yeah, with a PH.
Okay.
So the guy that owned Phillips 66 gas stations, Wade Phillips,
okay,
he owned like hundreds of thousands of acres of land in New Mexico.
Okay.
And he was a huge oil baron, back when John D. Rockefeller was around and stuff.
Wow.
Wade Phillips gave a huge amount of land to the Boy Scouts of America in the 1920s with two conditions: that he could use the land whenever he wanted for the rest of his life. He could come with his wife, and he had a house on the property that he stayed at occasionally as well. So that was condition one. And then condition two is that the Boy Scouts of America could have the land for $1, but they had to keep it as a working cattle ranch for the rest of the time.
Gotcha.
So that was the agreement with Wade.
That's awesome.
And so
that's legendary.
Oh, it's legendary.
Yeah.
And it is like a institution in New Mexico. Everyone knows Philmont.
Okay.
Right? And it is in Cimarron, New Mexico. So it's in the northeastern corner near Colorado.
Gotcha.
in the San de Cristo Mountains, which means the Blood of Christ Mountains.
Okay.
Magical place.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Magical. And it does not look anything like New Mexico that you could think. It is not like deserty.
Okay.
It is more like Colorado, like beautiful pine forest, high plains, rolling grass hills, and just like the most beautiful land you'd ever see. And so I lived there for 2 years. And I lived...
Started, so like 2016 to 2018?
2015 to like late 2016.
Okay.
And so I applied to go work on this ranch as a cook.
Okay.
For the ranchers that worked on this ranch.
And you think your Eagle Scout background was...
It 100% helped me get that job. That is the only reason I got that job. And also now I am a felon.
Yes.
Right? So this was also a huge like point of contention with me and my father. He didn't even want me to apply to the job.
He thought that could be embarrassing.
He thought it could be embarrassing and that they would pull my record. Well, somehow they did not, right? And I got the job. And so in early 2015, I moved out to New Mexico. So I left everything behind. Now at this time, I was like living in between like my parents' house and my buddy's house, living out of like a bag, right? So I didn't really have anything, and like I totally. And the reason this all started was I just needed a fresh start.
Yeah.
Right. And like everything that had happened the past couple of years and in college and high school and everything else, I was just like, I need to like breathe.
Yeah.
Right. And like,
so this was a bit of an escape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And, so I lived up in the mountains in a log cabin on a cattle ranch, like a separate cattle camp away from the regular ranch down in the valley, like in the sticks, man. Like we had to get a truck to deliver us food, like an hour and a half drive on a dirt road.
Good God.
To get to my log cabin. So like if you needed anything, you had to wait days to get it, or you had to go drive and like with an off-road vehicle to go get it. And it was just incredible. I mean, like
sounds like paradise.
It was really, and so I was the main chef.
What were you cooking?
A lot of different things. I could order anything that I wanted from their commissary, right? So like really whatever meals I wanted to create and craft, limited within limits, right? I couldn't like order filet mignon every day.
Sure.
It was a working ranch, so I could get fresh steak.
Yeah.
Fresh bison whenever I wanted. So that was really, really cool. And to just have that freedom, because they told me like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, this is what you have to make. Here's like rough calorie counts and like rough things that people have made in the past. But otherwise this job is completely yours. And like, we don't care. Like as long as your cowboys are happy and they're fed.
And so that's who you were feeding was the ranchers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we had some program staff in the camp as well.
What was that? Which program?
So it was a working cattle ranch. So they had ranching activities. They had cows, they had horses, they had bison. And it was working ranch. So, I mean, they had cowboys that would, move all the animals through pasture. They'd feed them. We would process them for meat and things as well. But it was also a working resort, if you will, for the Boy Scouts of America.
Right. Okay.
Resort is the wrong word.
Sure.
It is a off-grid experience to where Boy Scouts can come out and hike and backpack and go trekking.
Okay. And so they would have like programs with regards to like, we're going to be hiking on this day. We'll backpack for 2 days. You'll go with the cowboys today. Like,
yes. Yeah. Exactly. And and this was actually one of my favorite things, and this will tie together later, but like interpretive, like acting and like, they call them like programming work, right? So like they had certain areas of the camp that were made to look like Western towns in the 1800s.
Sweet.
Right. And you would actually wear, like some of the program staff would wear like old timey, like Western clothes,
so fun,
cowboy hats, boots and stuff. And so I could do that if I wanted as well.
You could participate in this.
I could.
I don't think I knew this.
Oh yeah. I'll have to send you some videos. So they had like an old timey saloon, like with like saloon doors, and they had draft root beer, of course, because this was Boy Scouts.
Sweet.
Not beer, but
right.
Where they would like sing songs and like they would do like this show every night for like
what a blast.
these Boy Scouts. And Yeah, it was great. I mean, you just like people would learn how to play guitar, learn how to sing, and like it was just like had campfire, the saloon, and all these people just in Western wear, and like you really felt like you were in like the 1800s in Mexico,
Right.
and you just got so just sucked into that world, right? And of course, like you're an hour and a half away from civilization too, so like it was just so cool. It was so immersive,
Yeah.
right? And to where it was like probably the best thing for me.
Yeah, I'm sure it was healing. What is your mindset? Like, how do you view yourself when you arrive, and like, how does that start? And how does it start to change?
Yeah. Damaged.
Okay, you felt like I'm a damaged person,
Oh, yeah.
and I need to get better.
Yes.
Okay.
Broken. At this time as well, through my probation and everything else, I had to go through NA and AA programs, right? So I had to go through outpatient programs. And I have a lot of respect for people that go through NA, AA. But for me, I just didn't attach to that material.
Okay.
And the powerlessness is kind of like a hallmark of that program.
Okay.
And
I found that unrelatable.
I did.
Okay.
And maybe that was wrong, but
I don't know.
For whatever reason, I just didn't attach to that program. And I left as soon as I could.
Sure.
Because it didn't feel healing to me. It felt more control. And like these people didn't have control of themselves. They were powerless to these drugs and alcohol. And I didn't want to tell myself that.
Yeah, it's a tough mindset.
Yeah, I didn't want to be that person that didn't have control over their life.
Yeah.
Or their destiny. And so New Mexico was my AA.
Yeah.
That was my therapy.
And so you're there for 2 years. You get to have agency over the meals. You get to participate in these fun programs. How does that start to change from broken to what?
Yeah, so that is, I think, where I found myself.
Okay.
Right? And grew into more of a man, if you will, right? And
coming of age,
right? And a lot of those experiences that I had before then, were things were happening to me, right? And why is this happening to me? And just becoming a victim of things, right? And in New Mexico, I think I started to become things, right?
Gotcha.
And to make things happen.
What traits, like what did you feel like you became?
Yeah, somebody that was confident, fearless, somebody that could look people in the eye and speak clearly and speak confidently and really respect themselves, but have a respect and interest for people as well, and not just view people as objects or accessories to your enjoyment.
Yeah.
Right? Like I did.
Okay. How do you feel like that? Like, what was the shift there? Like, what happened to make you see that?
You just see the goodness in people, man. And you remove all the distractions, you remove all the tech, the BS of daily life. And, you're sitting around a fire in the middle of nowhere with a couple of great people, and you can really see them, like into them, right? In the way that they're talking or what they care about, what they love, what they hate. And like you have the opportunity to listen.
Yeah.
And really listen and not be distracted or thinking of something else or looking at your phone. And so I had so many of those opportunities there.
Yeah. I that resonates with me a lot. I think there's something so primal about the campfire.
Yeah.
It was the original TV.
Yep.
The sun went down. You talked about your day. You sung songs. You told jokes, and you just enjoyed each other's company.
Yeah. It feels good.
It feels so good. And, I've had a couple backpacking experiences for some extended time, and it doesn't matter how long, how hard the day is. You have 20 minutes to 40 minutes around the campfire before bed. And yeah, that's all you need. Like, I talked about my day with these people, and we're going to go to bed. We're going to wake up. We're going to have another simple, hard, good day.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's really nice. Um, okay, so how does it come about that you decide to leave the ranch?
Yeah, no, so I was never going to leave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're like, this is it. This is who I am.
This is it.
I'm valued here.
Yep.
I like who I am here.
Yeah.
I don't need to go.
No.
Okay.
I was, I was never going to leave. I was going to extend my contract, to which there are still people that I met in 2015 and 2016 that are still there.
Yeah.
So it's very possible that I could have done that. Unfortunately, life had other plans,
mm-hmm.
and my mother got very sick in late 2016.
Mm-hmm.
My mother contracted an infection in her spine that was actually born from a tooth infection that had spread from her mouth through her brain down into her spinal column unknowingly for months.
That's out of control.
And went to the doctor complaining of chest pain, which actually turned out to be spinal deterioration.
Wow.
That she was feeling as chest pain.
And
from the time that she went to the hospital to the time that they started surgery on her, in that time, it was about 36 hours that they were waiting, doing testing, figuring out what was wrong with her. In that 36-hour period, she became paralyzed due to this spinal infection.
From where down?
From her waist down. And yeah, my mother had walked her entire life before this. She actually ran. She was a runner.
Mm-hmm.
She ran every day.
Yeah.
We had like a treadmill and an elliptical in our house, and she's type 1 diabetic as well.
Okay.
So she had to do that to keep her blood sugar regulated. And she's just an amazing woman.
Yeah.
And like so full of life and strong and full of vitality for all of the health problems that she does have and has had. Is just an incredible person.
Yeah, inspiring.
Inspiring, absolutely. And so she in 2016 contracted the spinal infection. Yeah. I actually get the call. I remember where I was standing in New Mexico when I got the call from my dad.
Yeah.
And I never heard my dad cry before my entire life.
Oh.
And
yeah. Of course you remember where you were standing.
Oh, yeah.
Because hearing or seeing your father cry for the first time is an unforgettable experience.
Unforgettable.
Yeah.
And, it was wild. Like, I knew, you just knew something had happened, like right when you picked up the phone. Because he's just like, he can't really say anything. His voice is shaking. And like, I knew it was my mom, right? I just knew. And like, he like, as soon as he told me, like, your mom's in the hospital, and like, he just broke down when he said that she cannot walk, right? And like, and he just started crying. And I was like, damn, like, and I'm, 1,400 miles away in New Mexico. They're back home at Ohio State Hospital. And, I was just so confused, right? Because like there was a lot of lead up that had gone up to this, but they didn't tell me. So I was like kind of in the
dark. This is like kind of the first time you're hearing about any sort of thing. So this is very extreme,
right? To
happen all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was completely like caught off guard, overwhelming. I made plans to leave the ranch for a short time to go visit my mom immediately. Yeah. Right. And to just figure out what was going on, see her in the hospital. And they permitted me to leave, of course. Yeah. They gave me leave, and they had to find a replacement for me so the Cowboys didn't go hungry. Right. But I left for 2 weeks. I went home immediately, saw my mom. She was out of surgery at this point. They had taken her home. So I remember I didn't tell my parents I was coming home either. I just surprised them. Wow. Walked through the front door. And
were they ecstatic?
Oh, they were ecstatic. They were
That's
so happy.
Cool.
And I, at that time, I was very, very confident that this was temporary. Okay. And my mom at that time too was very young still. I think at this time she was 59. Okay. And I thought that she would regain use of her legs. Yeah. I was so confident in that I created a GoFundMe for her. I call it Cheryl Will Walk. And I created this GoFundMe for her to raise money for her care and her support, her rehabilitation to walk again. And because again, as I said before, like we didn't grow up with a ton of money, right? And all of this, like my mom had to stop working, my dad had to stop working, like our house was full of medical boxes, and like so I just saw immediately, I was like, okay, well, this is how I can help. I can raise money, right? And I have this huge network of people back at the ranch that I could use this platform, this GoFundMe, to help raise money for my mother, right? So I have this brilliant idea. I'm gonna start this GoFundMe, and I'm gonna tie it to hiking for my mom.
I see the connection.
Yeah, right. And like, so I'll hike at every dollar that's donated. I'm going to hike a certain number of miles in my mother's honor, right? And I have some old photos. Like I had posters. It's like, say, Cheryl's my mom's name. Cheryl Will Walk, right? And I like would go on top of mountains and like hold this poster board up and take pictures of it to like raise money for my mom, right? And because my belief was so strong that she would beat this and that she would walk again, that like I just knew like that.
Where did that come from?
Help, right?
Like, where'd that belief come from?
Maybe disbelief, maybe
like naive optimism.
Maybe it was naive, right? And not understanding what had actually happened to her, right?
Yeah.
But in that time, she regained partial movement of her foot. So it was like this whole time. It was like,
it's happening.
Yeah.
We're going to do it.
Yes. And that was a very, very hopeful time. And we raised about $3,000 for her through the GoFundMe and doing what I did there on the ranch. And people were so gracious on the ranch to donate. And both staff and like even Boy Scouts, like random people would like donate to me.
Yeah.
Right. And like my mother is just like, so honored.
That's a nice surprise. Yeah.
Incredible. And like, I made my mom a scrapbook, and I know she still has it, right? Of like all my adventures that I had in those hikes. Because I hiked not just in New Mexico, I hiked like all over the Midwest area and Southwest area for her. And like Missouri, Nevada, Idaho, New Mexico, Colorado. Like I drove all of these places on my days off at the ranch.
Wow.
So while I was working on the ranch, I would go out on these treks by myself a lot of times with my bag, with all the stuff I would need. I would go camp for days by myself and go hike like hundreds of miles.
Wow.
And like, talk about formative,
Yeah.
And,
right.
Just like doing something for somebody else. Right. And like, just something that in depth, right? Was
so
like,
personal.
Yeah, it was so personal, and like I had never undertook something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, to also to that point where I had to hold myself accountable to that point, right?
It's
like these people donated this money. Like, guess what? I got to go hike 100 miles in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, I don't want to be a liar.
No.
So what do you feel like helped you hold yourself to that standard and keep yourself accountable?
Dude, it's easy, man. Just call home.
Yeah.
Talk to my mom. That was easy.
Yeah.
That was the easiest thing I could do. Like, she's the one that's having the hard time.
Yeah.
She's the one that's fighting for her life. And I didn't know it at the time, but she's fighting for her spot in her marriage with my dad.
Right.
And, she was doing all the hard stuff, man. That was easy.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. So you're doing all these trips and treks and stuff. When do you realize that this is not working or the treatment's not taking? And is that when you come home? Like, how does that work out?
Yeah. And a lot of that, like, you don't realize at the time, right? But like, her injuries were extremely severe, right? And you believe in miracles and stuff, but like at a certain point, like you have to be a realist, right? And like, so was me gallivanting across the country and hiking and being alone albeit raising money for my mother, is that really the best use of my time with her, right? And in respect to like, okay, like let's be real about this, and like, what does she actually need?
Yeah.
Right? Does she need a couple bucks, or does she need like her son? Right? And like, so I decided that she needed her son.
Yeah.
And so I packed it all in. I left the ranch in fall, winter 2016 to come home. And so again, I'm at mom and dad's.
Yeah.
This time they let me come back. They're gracious enough and they're happy to have me home.
Yeah.
Because I am like a whole new person at this point. And
were they, did they comment on this?
Oh yeah.
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 And they were stoked?
Yeah.
Cool.
Totally. And at that time was really like a beacon for my family. Right. And like,
you were.
I was.
Yeah.
And my younger brother at the time, he was going through his struggles.
Okay.
My older brother was just graduating college and trying to get into the workplace. So he was having his struggles. And my parents needed me.
Yeah.
And they leaned on me heavy.
So dutiful son.
Dutiful son,
yeah.
For sure. And so I lived with them for quite a few months. Trying to just get used to this new dynamic that was mom's in a hospital bed in the living room.
Yeah.
Like we don't have a lift in our house at the time, right? Like we had not fully outfitted our house or moved to accommodate somebody, with ADA restrictions. Right?
Yeah.
Because my mom didn't have them. Right?
Yeah.
Like she walked her entire life. And so like we're having to adapt our house, set up, make ramps, me and my dad, like making ramps to get her inside, outside, in the backyard, trying to outfit the house the best that we can. But we lived like in a split level house. Like it's like many levels of stairs.
Yes. Like 5 steps here, 5 steps there.
Twice as many as a regular house. And it's just like the least conducive home style to somebody in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And my mom was very unhappy there. Very. And I didn't realize till later that there were many other reasons that was making her unhappy.
Yeah. That's so much to deal with.
Unimaginably so.
Yeah.
And so in that time, I lived there for about a year.
Okay.
And in that year time, my parents separated.
Yeah.
And I was actually the officiant of that divorce, if you will, to the point where I actually had to sit my parents in separate rooms to talk to them as children, essentially, because they wouldn't talk to each other.
Was that a moment when you felt like you had to reset in terms of like, oh, I don't think I know who my parents are?
Yeah.
Bitter pill.
Oh yeah.
Hold on before are you doing full-time care during this time? Like.
Yeah. So I'm back on the food trucks.
Okay.
Because I'm back in Columbus, trying to make what I can. Because I didn't want to rely on my parents.
Sure.
I never wanted to ask my dad or my mom for anything, even though I was under their roof. Right.
Yeah.
And so like I still paid my way, paid utilities, bought my own food.
Wow, all that.
Oh yeah, I had to work. Right. Yeah. And so I worked during the day. My dad had retired as well to care for her.
Okay.
So he didn't have to work. So he was her caretaker.
Okay.
If you will, for lack of a better word. And we were sharing that responsibility. Me and my father. Again, my older brother didn't live there. He was away at college. My younger brother was heavy in his senior year of high school, and I was actually helping him graduate.
Gotcha.
And going to school with him every day and making sure that he would go to school and actually graduate.
Did he finish at UA?
He did, by the skin of his teeth, and only because I wrote a letter to his principal.
Gotcha.
And I would follow him to class because he had skipped so many days of school that the administration said that if he missed one more period of school, that he would not graduate.
Wow.
And so we lived really close to the high school, and I would walk my brother to school every morning. And I would walk him from lunch back to school as well.
Would that just piss him off?
Oh, to no. And, because I had just graduated from the high school, like 4 years before that.
Yeah.
And people still knew me. right? And to me coming back
6 lifetimes ago, but 4 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And yeah, man. So I was just in that time. I was really my parents' keeper, my brother's keeper.
So you're the rock.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like not even close. You're like head of house. What happens next?
Yeah. So, yeah, firstly, like you never ever want to see your parents like in a situation like that.
No.
Right. Like, let alone separately, but like to be interacting in that way towards each other.
Yeah.
Right. Where like your whole life you're raised and told like, this is love and
this is a happy marriage.
This is a happy marriage and we love each other and this is the example and that all disintegrates in real time. And
then actually it's the opposite. Apparently.
Yeah.
You walk home, you're like, oh wow, this is actually a nightmare.
Yeah. And then I mean like a loss of youth, a loss of innocence, like immediately.
Completely. Any sort of innocence that was left, any sort of youthfulness, I feel like is just sucked out of you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, looking back, dude, like me having the presence of mind as a 19-year-old, 20-year-old to like deal with it in that way. And like, I am very proud to like how I handled that situation.
Good.
But like, I am in awe that I would like, especially after everything I had just been through,
to
like be able to like come around and like be able to hold that space for my parents and my 2 brothers as well. It's pretty incredible, I think.
I think so.
Reflection. And
did you feel that way at the time?
I think I did. There was some pride, right? Like I was definitely confident.
Okay.
And not over prideful, but there, like I said, there was definitely some pride there because of what I had just kind of conquered.
Yes.
Right. And you know, everything that I had been through and even, you know, doing this hard thing for my mom and raising this money and like just doing all these things just for me. And because no one told me to, like gave me this just like peace and like confidence that I really became addicted to, I think later in life, which we'll get to.
I'm a person who can do things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And loving that capability. But yeah, like I was totally like able for me and I was happy like to, like who else was going to do this? You know, like no one else could. Right. So like, yeah, I'm going to rise. Like, and this is what we do.
Yeah. I love it. Okay. So that happens and then you have to move them out of the house? Like,
yeah. So obviously not like
can't keep that going.
No. Yeah. Obviously, terrible situation. So I had to like separate my parents, sit them in opposite rooms while like, cause again, I knew none of this was happening, right? Like to where like I later had figured out that this was a story 9 years in the making.
Wow. So, but total surprise.
Total surprise.
Yeah.
I knew nothing.
While not even close to your situation, that's how it was for me when my parents split. But like my dad, I was like, what? I would have bet my life savings 1 second ago that this was an impossible thing.
Yeah.
That you just told me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is. It's just like, you know, I don't know. Maybe there were signs, you know, but as a kid, you don't even know what the signs are because you have no frame of reference.
Dog, I was like 26. I was like, and I like racked my brain. I'm like,
and you still have no idea.
No clue.
That's crazy.
No clue.
And so like it's like how do you?
I was looking, you know, you look back and you analyze, you're like, okay, maybe this, maybe that, but like, also like people are imperfect. So like, you know, yeah, even like Tay and I, like, you know, we're imperfect, but like, you know, you just try and work stuff out. And so I just, like they're not perfect, but they're trying. I just thought they were the ideal.
Yeah.
Not the point, but
yeah,
it's surprising to say the least.
No, yeah, totally. And yeah, like I said, I mean, you kind of lose that sense of youth and like everything that your father told you,
Yeah.
about relationships and about, women and like what you're supposed to do and who you're supposed to be. And like, well, you didn't do any of that.
Right.
Except my dad. Right?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
well, you're a liar.
Hypocrite.
You're a hypocrite. And,
Yeah.
well, what is true? Right.
So you were reeling in that sense,
100%.
like no truth North Star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
understandable.
I don't know if I still have it.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Right. And a foundational like thing, that was just
shaken to the core,
taken from me.
Yeah.
And I won't get into all the details, but
that's fine.
My father, we sat in a room so long in his bedroom that the sun went down in the time that we were talking, and him not saying anything.
So you were just talking at him?
You just try and get him to talk. And my father's not good at talking and communicating, which is probably why most of this happened.
Sure. Right. It's coming together.
Yeah. And, but I got it out of him, and I got it out of my mom too. And none of it matters now, but it happened.
Yeah.
They are separated, right? They'll never be back together. But, obviously my mom is in a situation.
Yeah.
Right? Like where she can't fend for herself. She can't be alone. Right? She needs a caretaker.
Yeah.
And my father was that.
Yeah.
So who's it going to be now?
Yeah.
And he didn't care.
Oh, he was just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's on her own.
Yeah.
And you guys deal with us.
You're her sons.
Her sons. Right?
Yeah.
And even the language changed, right? It was no longer his responsibility. It was our mother.
Yeah.
Not him.
How aggravating was that? Like I got pissed hearing that. Yeah.
More than I care to admit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I held a lot of resentment towards him.
Yeah.
Towards that situation. And
so fair.
No, if I've fully dealt with it.
Yeah. That's a thing that takes time.
It does. And I'm leaps and bounds further with him. And I do still have a great relationship with both of my parents.
Yes. I've seen
my dad last week.
Yeah. And I know based off some personal talks we've had, the leaps and bounds you have made.
But yeah, it was many years in the making to kind of like crawl back and gain that trust. And, like the one thing I'll say about all this too is that my life changed when I believed and knew that my parents are humans too. Yeah. And I think everyone's life
super important
will change.
Yeah.
If you can really understand and know that your parents are humans too.
Yeah.
It's their first time living.
Yeah. Same potential for good, same potential for bad, and they'll do a little bit of both.
And we as children think that, our parents know everything, right? And that our parents know best for us, and that all of these things that they're telling us is infinitely true. Yeah. But it's not the case. Yeah. They make mistakes too. Yeah. And when I was able to forgive my parents for the mistakes that they made, maybe not even solved, but they still made them. They're still humans, and I can still love them too. Yeah. And I don't have to cut them out of my life because of this thing that they did. Yeah. No matter how wrong. Sure. Because it's my only family I have. Exactly. And
family means something.
It does. Yeah. And as much as I hate my father, as much as I hate that situation that he caused or helped cause, like, he still loves me. Yeah. I think, I know, and he still needs me. Yeah. Right. And he still needs us in his life. Right. And I would hate myself. I would hurt myself if I didn't hold that space for him.
Where did that level of commitment to family come from? Or does it come from?
I don't know, man, because I didn't have it.
Because it wasn't all hunky-dory.
No. And yeah, to be honest with you, a lot of people ask me that question still. Okay. Like, why would you?
I agree with your decision. I'm just curious where that value of family is coming from that is motivating you to do, just to keep making those decisions to keep them in your life and to care and to love.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think if I really get down to the root of it, it's probably because I want that perfect family,
Yeah.
right? And like that, those situations that I am now helping to mend and create better new ones is the ones that I want to have with my family.
Yeah.
Right? Like you just create the world you want to see.
Absolutely. Right? Let's go.
And like, yeah, we didn't have that
mindset.
We didn't have that growing up, right? And like, but me, if I can lead with that mindset, and if I can lead, and like, yeah, I'm not the patriarch of my family, right? But I can be.
Yes.
And I can
lead
rise
with
to the
that, occasion.
Right. And I can lead with that mindset. And it's funny, like how things can change. Everyone can change by you just leading with a different mindset.
Yeah.
Right.
They were both at your movie premiere.
Yeah. They were. Yeah. And yeah, that was a great night.
Yeah, that was a very special night.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back on the career track. This was great. You're working at the food truck. Then what happens?
Yeah, so still very in culinary. At that time, I'm wanting to get my own place. I'm wanting to move out either with mom or close by. Also in this time, she moves out of the house. She gets her own house in Hilliard.
Okay.
Dad's staying at the house in Upper Arlington.
Yep.
I don't know where I was living at this time. I think I lived with my mom for a time. And Kyler as well.
Yeah.
My younger brother. But I started to work at Ohio State just because I wanted something with more consistency. The food trucks was like a lot of weekends, evenings.
Yeah.
A lot of like big weddings, catering and stuff. And like great money.
Yeah.
But like super late nights, a lot of unpredictability, always is on call. So I decided I wanted to get a full-time job at Ohio State because I was going to go back to school.
Oh, okay.
And my father, he worked at Ohio State for 30 plus years. He retired from there, had a great pension. He was a company man, right? That was his thing.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be my thing.
Okay.
Because it worked for him.
LOL.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God. I am so happy that I'm going to do that. And because I'd still probably be there.
Yeah.
In like my third semester of school.
Yeah.
Right? Because OSU will pay for your school. You have to work full time.
Okay.
And in the culinary department, the hours are crap because you work when all the kids are done with classes, right? So it's like second shift.
Gotcha.
They do have first shift, but no one gets first shift. Like you have to work there 40 years to get first shift. Okay. So I worked second shift and it sucked. And like trying to go to class in the morning and then work a 9-hour shift after that.
That's tough.
Is like, it was so hard. And then you do homework after that. And then it was just untenable.
Forget that.
Yeah. And so I was only taking like 2 credit hours or like 4 credit hours or something each semester. And I did the math. It would have taken me like 9 years to finish school. Wow. And I already had a year of school.
Right.
So
okay. Gotcha.
To finish those
crazy investment.
Yeah. It would have taken me 3 times as long. And so I worked at Ohio State for 2 years. It was great. Like I learned so much about culinary, the arts, like really busted my chops, like learned the art of cooking, right? Like, cause they had chefs from all over the world. Like the OSU culinary department is very incredible.
I believe, OSU in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They dump money into that place.
Yeah.
Culinary was no exception. And yeah, for lack of a better word, I was a chef, man. Like I had a whole station. I had people that worked under me, like student aides and stuff that would, serve all the food. I had people that would I had a water guy.
Wow.
They would give me water because I couldn't leave the grill.
Okay, gotcha.
I was such an important person.
So you calling orders and consolidating and
working so hard, so fast, feeding thousands of kids during fall semester.
Yeah.
And because nobody knows there's other stuff outside of campus. They all come to the dining halls for the first semester. It's ridiculous. And yeah, dude, just working like a dog and going to school and doing all the stuff at home as well, trying to care for my mom. And it was just overwhelming, untenable. But I loved food, right? And I loved to serve and I loved hospitality. So I was like, I'm gonna quit. Like, I'm not gonna go to school. I can't finish this. Like, school's not my thing, right?
Yeah.
I had some conversation with my dad about it. I was like, look, like, I don't think I need school. Like, I wasn't the best student in high school. I wasn't able to really get great grades in Newark. Even going to Columbus State and OSU, as I was working at OSU, like, just wasn't working. And so I told my dad, I was like, I'm going to drop out. And of course, he hated that idea.
Sure.
Tried to get me 5 ways a Sunday to not do that.
Yep.
But I did anyways. I just couldn't do it anymore. And I went to, what did I do when I left Ohio State? So this is the start of everything, right? So I leave Ohio State in May of 2017.
Okay.
And so in May of 2017, somebody I had met on the food trucks was a guy named Ben Vale.
Yep.
And Ben Vale was a good friend of Zach, who owned all the food trucks.
Gotcha.
So I knew Ben, and Ben was a realtor in town. And so I had just left Ohio State, and I was looking for a job again. And so I was maybe going to go back to the food truck. I was maybe going to go work at a couple other restaurants I had worked at the past, but I was going to do food probably. And in that time as well, I was trying to open a restaurant. So,
okay.
Yeah. So in that time, I was working on the food truck part-time, was trying to start a food hall, like in Bud Dairy Food Hall, actually.
What's that?
So downtown in the short north, there is it's called a food hall. So it's essentially like a food court.
Gotcha.
Hipster food court.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
So there's 10 micro restaurants.
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So I was a finalist, actually, somehow, in the Bud Dairy Food Hall in the short north. A lot of people don't know that. Okay. So in 2017,
was there a competition that you were
part
of? Okay.
Yeah, so 8 years before they opened, they had a competition to cook in front of Cameron Mitchell executives to petition to have a spot in Bud Dairy Food Hall.
Okay.
And so through my connections in the food industry, I knew that this was a thing, and I was like, I'm going to do this.
We're going to give it a go.
And after everything I'd done on the ranch and creating my own menus there and everything, I felt like I'd be ready to make my own little micro restaurant.
Uh-huh.
And I had been entrepreneurial in the past when I was a kid, and lemonade stands and newspaper routes and everything else. So I thought I could.
What newspaper do you deliver?
The Snap, SNP.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh man.
I also delivered a newspaper, UA News.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh man, I remember taking those around on a wagon in my neighborhood.
Nice.
Just pulling them.
Uh-huh.
Winging them.
Yeah. Good times.
Good old days.
That's funny.
But yeah, so was entrepreneur, was trying to start a business, was trying to start a micro restaurant. Thank God that didn't work out.
Uh-huh.
I was a finalist, and I actually cooked in front of some really high up Cameron Mitchell executives. They blocked off one of the restaurants for us to come in and close it down for us to cook for them for a day.
So fun.
It was awesome. It was such a cool
experience.
And it was chopped. You bring in the plate.
Yeah.
You sit there and you watch them.
Wow.
And, it was nerve-wracking as hell.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Yeah. Anyways, we didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
We were in the final round. I think it was 1 of 15.
Okay.
So we were almost there.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we didn't do it.
Sure.
Because I'd probably still be there today.
Yeah.
And slaving away and working those late hours. And, you live in restaurants if you own.
It's very true.
And part of me loves that life, but part of me hates it.
Yeah.
And so anyways, going back to my friend Ben.
Right.
He was a realtor.
Uh-huh.
Right. And so he wasn't in food. He was about the only person that I knew that wasn't in food.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing this thing called Airbnb. And he had these 3 little houses in Linden.
Yep.
That he was renting out on Airbnb. And I hadn't even heard of Airbnb before.
Okay.
This was in 2016, 2017.
Yeah. Before the boom.
Before the boom, for sure. And, he kind of I came in, I talked with him and just wanted to hear more about this job that he had opening. And it was to help out with his Airbnbs. just like doing basic stuff, like helping doing the messaging and like doing the cleaning and like odds and ends, like setting up the houses, sheets and towels, whatever, like bringing the guest stuff.
Yeah.
Totally disorganized, totally a shit show.
Yeah.
The guy had no idea what he was doing, but he had this idea, right?
Yeah.
And I knew instantly, like when I saw how this business worked and the numbers and like these little cruddy houses that he was making like $2,000 a month on. Like I knew, I was like, oh, this is it, right?
What do you think? Why do you think you understood that so quickly?
Well, so I guess I was entrepreneurial, right? So I understood food really well. I understood Zach's business and the food trucks and spending a lot of money to make money.
Okay.
Right? And in the food business, it's very upfront cost heavy.
Yeah,
right?
That makes sense. Yeah.
And you can waste a lot of that product if you over order, if you throw stuff away, if something goes bad, if the truck breaks and all the refrigerant goes out, like all your $800 of food.
Yeah, there's some heavy risk.
100%. And so I understood all that.
Okay.
But then when I looked at Airbnbs and short-term rentals, none of that risk was there. None. And half the expenses, right? And back then, I mean, the margin was crazy that on what you could charge for what you were providing.
Okay.
The market has changed so much. And I'm sure we'll get into that later.
I'll be curious of your interpretation.
Yeah, back then, I mean, we call it Wild West, man. Like you could book anything. You could throw up your grandma's house with cell phone photos and charge $200 a night for it, and it'd be booked for 5 months.
What do you think that's about?
There's just no supply.
Okay.
And there was such incredible demand in Columbus for short-term rentals because of Ohio State, because of Nationwide and everything else. And nobody had it. There just wasn't enough. And there wasn't enough hotels.
Right.
During the football games and everything else, all the hotels would sell out too.
Yeah.
So the city needed it.
Yeah.
They needed us. So we grew very quickly.
Yeah.
And so Ben's 3 properties, and I say we because I came on, I was his first employee.
Okay.
So he started Hospitality.
I remember.
And Hospitality is actually one of the biggest management companies in the country now. Shout out Hospitality. And they started with just Ben, their 3 properties, and me as their first employee. And so I worked with them for about a year and a half, full time, did everything, like learned all of the ropes of this business, was doing all the cleaning, all the messaging, all the maintenance for all of his properties. So like we grew it really, really quick. So
how many properties did he have by the end of that?
67.
In the year and a half?
Yeah.
Went from 3 to 67?
Yeah.
Oh my God. How many other employees did you have to hire?
None.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That's out of control.
He hired one other guy to help him do the messaging and the admin, but I was the operations. I was front end for everything.
And you did all the cleanings?
Yeah.
For 67 places.
So I did all of them later. So we had contractors that we would use.
Okay.
So I would still do a ton.
I know you would.
But we did have a couple crews that would do the cleaning.
Okay.
And this is where it gets interesting. So where I was working with Ben as a manager, and I understood the cleaning because I would have to do it a lot of times if the cleaners called off.
Right.
Well,
ain't that a bitch?
Yeah. And that it would happen a lot.
Right.
And I noticed as time went on into, late 2017, 2018, that the money that we were paying for the cleaners was almost more than the money that I was making as the manager.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it was more. And these cleaners were not equipped to do the kind of cleaning that was needed for these properties.
You're saying it wasn't to standard?
No, it wasn't to standard. And it wasn't like, these were like people that were like clean office spaces.
Okay.
Right? They weren't doing laundry. They weren't like staging the towels the right way, or like putting the little soaps out. Like we would like in a hotel, or guests would come to expect in an Airbnb.
Yeah.
And those are all the things I would do when I would clean. Right.
And was Ben asking you to do those things?
No.
So and where's that coming from?
I think it was my love of service.
Yeah.
Right? From before.
Yes.
Absolutely. And like, because I would be there a lot of times when the guests got there.
Okay.
And I would see them like light up when they would see like the toilet paper folded a certain way, or like there's a little bow on the bed, right? Or like there's mints on the pillow, or something. Like those little things that like
towels rolled with little washcloth on top.
Yes,
bath towels. Yeah,
exactly. And like I saw how those would delight my guests, and in real time. So like, of course, I'm going to keep doing that. And yeah, the other cleaning companies maybe didn't see that because they weren't there when the guests got there, but I was, because I was the manager, right? And they didn't know that I just finished cleaning the house myself.
By the skin of your teeth.
By the skin of my teeth, but I did.
Yeah.
And I just listen, right? And I see, and I care, right? And so like I'm listening, I'm picking up all these little things, these little nuggets, like, oh, guests love this. Like this is what's important to them. This is what they actually care about, right? And those nuggets started creating a story, right? And that story was that your Airbnb is only as good as your cleaner, right? And your central theme into Airbnbs, to the management of them, to the running of them, really hinges on your cleaner. And you can have the best systems, you can have the best messaging.
Yeah, great responses that are super fast.
Great design. None of that matters if they get there and it's dirty.
Yeah.
Right? No design, no message will solve
weird
that.
smell, too many hairs, whatever.
Right. So I knew that was the foundation, right? And cleaning was everything. And so in late 2018, in this huge, parabolic growth that we had seen with hospitality in the past year and a half, from 3 to 67 properties, of course I thought I had a little involvement in that, as of rightfully I should.
Yeah.
And I wanted Ben to bring me in more into the business.
Yeah.
Right. And as I said before, I was entrepreneurial. I wanted to own my own business. I wanted to do this for real.
Yeah.
And so I remember sitting down with Ben and telling him like, hey, like, I want to do more. I want to be a partner with you. And I want to grow this thing even bigger. Right. And that conversation did not go the way that I thought it would go. And he did not see eye to eye.
Gotcha. And just didn't see the value in what you had done? I thought you were asking too much?
I couldn't tell you. He had his own reasons, of course. And obviously, if you can pay somebody a salary instead of give them equity, like, they're going to try and do that.
Sure.
And keep you in that employee pigeonhole, if you will. But I knew my worth, right? I knew my value that I was providing to this business. And at that time, I was doing the majority of the cleaning myself or with people that I had hired. So I had actually fired a lot of those subcontractors that we were using before because they couldn't keep up. And so I had actually found my friends and some people that I knew on the food trucks to come in and help me. And I trained them. And we did the cleaning way better.
Yeah.
And way faster and way cheaper than a lot of these contractors I was using. And so Ben would just pay me for the cleaning. And then that's where I really saw how advantageous and profitable the cleaning could be, to when I sat down and had that conversation with Ben and he denied me equity and denied me coming into hospitality in a bigger way. I said, okay, no problem. Find a new cleaner.
In that same conversation. Yeah.
And he didn't like that. But he had no choice.
Right.
Because he had 67, at that time, 69 properties that needed cleaned tomorrow.
Yep.
And he had no one that was going to clean them.
Yep.
Except me.
Yep.
And so from that day forward, I incorporated Air Butler. I actually started the name. The name was Air Butler.
Yeah, I remember
because it's in the name, right? We clean Airbnbs and we're butlers, right? We clean up, and it sounded good. It rolled off the tongue.
Yeah.
Well, I actually ended up getting a cease and desist from Airbnb and changing the name because Airbnb was in the name, which I still think
kind of lame,
super lame.
Yeah.
But, so we changed it to Air Butler, late 2019. But so in that, so we have started our cleaning company.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yeah.
So you have that conversation with Ben. Is it the next day you go and get an LLC?
Not
like,
quite that fast.
Okay, because like I was like, what? So you kind of just like working for yourself.
I was ready.
Yeah.
So I had done some pre-work behind the scenes, and I was always pretty smart.
Yeah.
And had my next move plan, right? So like I knew what I needed to do before that conversation to have
Should
my
it go
business.
south?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is a hallmark too for anybody listening to this, is like you don't have to have it all figured out before you start.
Mm-hmm.
And like I didn't have my LLC filing. I didn't have my EIN. Didn't have a logo. Didn't have a business card. Didn't have business line.
Right.
And I started my business, and I was making money day one.
Yep.
And I had none of that.
How are you taking payment?
Cash.
Yep.
Check.
Yep. Whatever.
However.
Whatever.
You write it on a napkin. You write an IOU. I don't care, right? Like this was my thing.
Retake
and we were
money.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. And and this was like before Zach and Venmo and stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so like I said, that next day there were cleans that Ben needed done.
Mm-hmm. And
if I quit working for him, he still needed cleaners.
Yep.
And I had them.
Yeah.
So we came in as the cleaner. And so I...
Did you tell him, like, I'm done?
There was some overlap.
But also I'm going to be your cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was like...
Such a gangster move.
So gangster. And I had...
Because I never knew that specific.
Yeah.
I just knew that you were working for him and then you went to cleaning for him. Like, how is that possible?
Because
the need was there.
He had no choice.
He had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that he wished he had another choice at that time.
Yeah, I believe it.
I'm sure I grinded his gears in that period. But I was young, I was ambitious, I was hungry, I was providing incredible value, I was doing the work.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe I was a little loud, but I was worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And but again, so we were working for Ben again. At this point, on our own terms, we were setting the prices.
You and your friends.
Me and my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was still doing cleaning every day at this point. I was cleaning 3, 4, 5 houses myself and doing all the admin work, doing the billing, doing the scheduling, doing all the training, all the equipment sourcing. I mean, I was working like a dog.
Yeah.
Like
with a bad back.
With a bad back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that's
we'll leave that. I thought about bringing that up. I'm like, there's no point.
No.
But with a bad back, which is a considerable part of your journey.
Yeah, with 2 slip discs.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, man, I don't know how, out of the frying pan into the fire. Right? Like, you think you're working hard for somebody else.
Yeah.
It's that old adage, you go work 80 hours for yourself instead of work 40 hours for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
It was that.
Yeah.
Right? But I didn't mind. It was my own thing.
Again, it's your choice.
It was my choice.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yep.
And for the first time in my life, I didn't have to listen to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no one to control me. I had no parameters.
Mm-hmm.
And I could finally do exactly what I wanted.
Yep.
Right? Within reason, of course.
Yeah.
Within
So freedom was a big part of job satisfaction.
100%. And just being an entrepreneur in general.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to listen to people that I thought didn't know what they were talking about.
Yeah.
And if I had the experience and the customer liked what I was providing, like, you betcha, I'm going to keep doing it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. The market has told me that I am worth it.
Absolutely. And they did.
Yeah.
And yes, it was very, very, just as parabolic almost as it was with Ben. The cleaning business grew very rapidly because Ben was still growing his company. But we started marketing our services to other Airbnb owners as well.
Right.
Because why wouldn't we?
Of course.
Because Ben liked our service. There would be many other Bens out there that would like our service too.
Yep.
And that worked really well.
Mm-hmm.
And
how'd you market?
Word of mouth.
Yeah, sweet.
Going to meetups.
What's a meetup?
Like real estate meetups.
Yeah.
And these were really popular back in like 2019, 2020. Everybody just wanted to go and drink and network and talk about real estate. And so I was very involved in those scenes back then and just went to a lot of these meetups and just was the guy for Airbnbs and cleaning and services. And if you had an Airbnb, like, you needed to meet me because I was going to make your life a whole lot easier. Because at that time, a lot of people were just cleaning their own, right?
Yeah.
Or they were self-managing, or they had what I had before, which was like they would have like Latin crews or like commercial cleaning companies that were like really expensive and like didn't really know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like they couldn't do laundry the right way. They weren't staging. They weren't like putting out the little soaps and things. Not hotel quality cleaning.
Yeah.
Right. So they needed us,
Mm-hmm.
and we brought it to them.
Yeah.
And Columbus grew their Airbnb presence hugely in that time from 2019 to 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Really like the pre-COVID time, even post-COVID time, was a dramatic change for Airbnbs, and I was a big part of that in Columbus.
So what drove that change, and how did you drive it?
Yeah, I would say in the biggest way is legislation.
Okay.
So I was actually one of three people, Ben being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, who on the food trucks I had met, he actually has Airbnbs now as well at this time. All three of us, the three musketeers, lobbied to the city of Columbus in city council chambers to get the Airbnb legislation that we have today. Was written and helped drafted by me, Ben, and Zach.
What the fuck? I did not know that.
That's true story.
That's so rad.
Yeah.
What year was this?
2019.
Wow. Yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're cleaning, you're marketing to other folks with Airbnbs. Mm-hmm. How many cleaners do you have? Like, what is your bottleneck?
Yeah, so the bottleneck was cleaners.
Yeah.
Warm bodies to do the work. And at that time, we were at 89 clients, and we had 14 cleaners.
Okay, and this is when?
So this is in like late 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was probably the biggest cleaning company I ever got. We're about 89 clients, like I said, 90 clients. And on any given month, we would do 500 plus cleanings.
Yeah.
So any given week, we're doing 90 to 120 cleans.
Yeah.
Like clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
And we were flying and just so efficient.
Yeah.
And we had, I think at one time we had 1% of the entire market in Columbus was under our control.
Wow.
Yeah. 1% of every Airbnb in the city was managed by us.
And you weren't just cleaning Airbnbs. I mean, you would clean, I know you had cleans for a personal house.
Yep. At this time we were doing
you did
everything.
Bars,
restaurants, offices. We did it all. So we, at that time, were branching out into commercial cleaning, residential cleaning, move out cleanings for like big apartment complex owners. They'd hire us. We'd come in and do the turns in between like their long-term rentals. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's just all we did, man. Like I didn't know any better. Right. And like, we just served and it was like,
oh, you need a cleaning? I got you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was doing a lot of the cleaning still myself and very in the business every day, driving around, checking on the cleaners, dropping stuff off to them. And it's
quality checks.
I mean, I
do.
I think you know more than most.
I don't want it to make it about me, but I'm curious because I did come on.
Mm-hmm.
I came on at the end in like summer of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
What was going on in the business? And I know you tried to bring on someone before me. Why did you feel the need to bring on an ops man? Like what were you hoping that I would accomplish or an ops man would accomplish?
Yeah, great question. So the biggest bottleneck that I found outside of the most obvious one, which is labor, is somebody that could think like me is the other bottleneck. And still, candidly, today in the business is the same problem, right? It's like, how do I duplicate me, right? And how do I get people to think like an owner, right? And so that is what I wanted. That is what I was after in your hire and also in any other operations manager that I hired was I was trying to duplicate me, right? Or at least somebody that could get 70% of the way there.
Yep.
To where I could free up some of my time in the business to work on the business.
CEO stuff.
Yeah.
So we were doing a lot of cleans when I was there. I mean, I think I would do like something like 2 or 3 a day. Plus we had a bunch of other cleaners. So I mean, it was pretty peak.
Yeah.
I put in my 2 weeks like in March of 2020 or February.
Good timing.
Well, it wasn't, because all the jobs I got disappeared because it was all in fitness. So I left, got jobs, and then was immediately jobless again. So it didn't really work out excellent. But
We had a hard way too.
Yeah. So what happens in 2020 when COVID hits?
Yeah. So that was the first time I almost went out of business.
Just because demand went so low.
So screeched to a halt.
People weren't traveling.
No, for about a month, there was absolutely nothing going on.
Yeah.
Like absolutely nothing.
No cleans.
No, nothing. Nobody, everyone was terrified.
You can't pay yourself.
No. Heavens no.
How are you getting through that?
It was rough, man. I mean, honestly, I was living with buddies at the time.
Okay.
So rent was very low. Thank God, or I probably wouldn't have made it. And I was doing all of the cleans myself.
No, so none of the cleaners. That way you didn't have to pay anyone.
Correct.
You could basically work yourself for free.
Right.
Yeah.
The load was very much reduced, right?
Sure.
Now we weren't doing 90 cleans a week, but I couldn't do 90 cleans a week myself.
Right.
We were doing like 50
a week.
A week.
I mean, that's still a lot of cleans ish.
Yeah.
For one person.
Yeah. No, it was
Yeah.
a full-time job for me.
Yeah.
I was still working.
Yeah.
And to that end, I mean, I credit myself and have pride in that. It's like I never took a day off in COVID, right?
No.
And everybody else went on unemployment. Like all of my cleaners, I had 14 cleaners of 16 leave and go on unemployment. I actually helped most of them get the unemployment.
Yeah.
Most of them didn't even know they were eligible.
Yeah.
And me being the person I am, I wanted to do right by them and help them for that month or whatever that we were down.
Mm-hmm.
And they all got unemployed. They all got it with my help. And well, a side effect of that is, well, when we got busy again, none of them came back.
Right. That doesn't surprise me.
Right. No, of course not. Right. And
I also knew some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a ton of resentment towards that and those people for so long. It's like, but would I have done the same thing if I was in their shoes?
No. Probably not. Absolutely not. I didn't go on unemployment. I went and delivered groceries at Giant Eagle, but and was proud of it. But I don't know why I'm shouting. But but I do want to. So I do want to say this: having worked for you, having done cleans, and having done some of the deep cleans, some of the in-home house cleans. Whenever we would do a big deep clean, or like an event, like one of the bars or something, you were always so charitable with bonuses. Like, because you could charge a pretty penny for a deep clean. We would get paid at, normally, like our rate, and you would just do cash bonuses. Like, to me, to the other cleaners, on spot, like you would get paid and you would do it pretty much without fail. What's that about? Grateful.
Yeah, sure. Maybe not the wisest business decision. Right. And I've always been pretty liberal with just what I get, right? Like I've never been a greedy guy.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I'm eating, I want others to eat too.
Yeah.
And so I would, like, if a client, and we always did good work, right? So
Oh, for sure. I mean, the standard was there.
it was.
It was like present. It's like, yo, you need to hurry up, but also it needs to be better than what it is.
Right.
And not in like a mean or scary way, but just like this is the standard.
Right.
Yeah.
And I do think I did a really good job of holding that mold for everyone. And because it became our brand, right? And it became what people knew about us, is like that we would get the job done and it would be really good.
Yeah.
And they would pay us, they would bonus us. Right?
Yeah.
And I would share that with you guys.
Yeah.
Why would I not?
Sure. No, I mean, I agree. I just don't think it's that common. But what do I know?
It's not. But I've never been common.
Clearly. Clearly. I remember this is probably like, I was probably a few months in the job, so I was like getting better at the cleans and at the quality checks and stuff. And you mentioned him earlier, your brother Kyler was a cleaner for you. I remember I did a quality check on this place, and I like started pointing stuff out, and oh, there's this here, this there, and eventually I kind of found something in every room.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him all the things, and he's like, Eric's really training you up, isn't he?
That's exactly what he would say. Right?
Like, you could tell he was like just a little bit pissed, like, yeah. But also he wouldn't give me lip like he would you, because I'm not his older brother. Mm-hmm. And so it was just, I remember chuckling at that. Like,
and he knew how I was.
Yes. Yeah. It was pretty good. So you're doing all these cleans. What happens? Like, does stuff start picking up? What's going on?
Yeah. So we're now into like late 2020, probably into 2021 now. And that, I think it's that summer of 2021 where like things go full swing and like the world opens back up again.
Yeah.
And at this time, I have now had to like try and rehire my whole staff. Because in this time, slowly we had started picking up again. Clients' houses started booking up. People had asked me to come back to their jobs. And we just didn't have the capacity, right? And like, so the capacity was me.
You were having to turn work away?
I would just do more.
Okay, gotcha.
And so it got to a point where, I'll always remember this, in July of 2021, July 4th, it was July 3rd.
Okay.
And I had cleaned, which is different when working. Mm-hmm. Like, that's like real work. 63 days in a row.
I remember you telling me this.
Yeah. Yeah. So 63 days in a row.
Because I was your personal trainer at the time.
Yes, exactly. And I was sore as shit.
I was like, why do I know this?
Yes, okay, yeah. I was sore as shit because I was cleaning every day.
Yes, and like we were just doing like low back exercise. Like it was like super chill.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I could hardly even do that stuff.
Yeah.
And would wear a back brace every day.
Oh yeah.
To clean. Like be disabled damn near.
Yeah.
Like hustling. Like
sleeping on your back on the floor some nights because the bed couldn't do it for you.
Yeah, dude, that was just terrible. I don't know how I did that. Right. And
nothing forces your hand like necessity.
For sure.
Yeah.
And but yeah, everyone has a limit. Right. And I found mine. My limit was on July 3rd, 2021. I had cleaned 63 days in a row. I had probably done 200 plus cleans in that 63 days myself. And
thankless work, by the way.
Oh my God. Yeah. And like still doing stuff for Ben at this time, like working, doing the crappiest, biggest Airbnbs for the littlest money.
Yep.
Damage claims, parties, all that stuff.
Yep.
And I literally texted all my clients on that night. And I because we had cleans the next day, like every day. And I told them, I like broke down. I was like, I cannot come tomorrow. I need a day off. I need 4th of July off. It's a holiday anyways. I hope you understand. Please block your properties until the 5th.
Yeah.
And I was so guilty. Like it made me sick to do that. Like I actually remember sitting in my backyard, like trying to like have a good time and like
grill out. 4th. On your day off that you would ask everyone for.
Right. And I felt like crap because I wasn't working and doing all these things that I said I was going to do. And I couldn't even enjoy it.
Yeah.
And but yeah, man, that was my breaking point.
So were you gonna shut her down?
I definitely thought about it.
Yeah. Was that the first time?
That was the first time.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean at that time, making great money, like well over 6 figures myself. The company was doing at that time probably $300K in revenue. Again, all cleaning.
And so you were saying you could pocket a 6-figure take home for yourself? Wow.
I was.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, that year I probably pocketed 120.
Wow.
130.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And again, incredible for somebody that's 20, 21 years old. And in doing that, I was actually able to buy my first 2 properties with money I made from cleaning houses.
Uh-huh.
Right. So in the background, I'm buying assets, trying to put money away, buying stocks, buying crypto, buying houses, but working like a dog and just working my body to oblivion, literally.
Yeah.
And yeah, in 2021, like I knew something had to change, right? Like I could not, I was young, but like I wasn't exactly 100% able-bodied.
No. And plus, I mean, yeah, I was, you're a year older than me, despite us being the same year. In 2021, I would have been turning 26 that summer.
Yeah.
And so you would have been like 26, 27. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Because I started the biz when I was 23, 24.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, again, I was young, but like I knew that kind of work and like that kind of hustle was limited. Like there was not going to be like, I couldn't
unsustainable.
Yeah, unsustainable for sure. And I didn't want to, right? I knew that like I was miserable, man. Like I was making good money, but like I was working like a dog. My back was messed up. I had no quality of life. I had terrible relationship with my girlfriend at the time. Like couldn't do anything for us, couldn't do anything for myself. I was a miserable person to be around because I was either busy or in pain all of the time. And like I just knew that this was not sustainable, this was broken, and something had to change. And it was perfect timing with everything that was going on in the world too, where business was changing. Okay. Right. And the way that people worked was changing. Right. And this,
like the work from home boom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And Airbnb and all of this changed in this time. Right. And Airbnb became mainstream. Right. And the numbers of Airbnbs in Columbus jumped from like 900 when I was doing it in cleaning days to like over 2,000 in the COVID boom.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So like the numbers had gone up like 3-4 times.
Wow.
In Columbus. And I realized that there was a reason that was happening is because the demand kept going up.
Yep.
Right. And the demand that we were seeing wasn't stopping. So
why?
Like, it was because the popularity of Airbnb was becoming mainstream.
So it's just becoming more trendy?
It was becoming more trendy. Older people were using it. A lot younger people were using it too. And to where before it was just kind of like, you know, hipster people that wanted like a budget place to stay. Yeah. Right. And they wanted to crash on a buddy's couch.
It was like hostel.
Right. That was Airbnb. Right. And then after COVID, it became like trendy and like it was like a hotel and people started putting serious money in design and care into their spaces. And I saw this all in real time. Right. And kind of the changes from like how we were doing it back with Ben and just cleaning and doing the services of it to like, okay, now this business is changing to where there's like a ton of ways you can make money in this business, not just the cleaning and services, right? And so in 2020, 2021, I decided that I was going to pivot and change the business model to doing everything. So we were going to be the Bens. We were going to be the managers, right? We were going to do all the booking, all the guest communication. We were going to host the homes for the guests. Also do all the cleaning, right? But we're going to do everything else too. And the way that I got my first client to do that was actually a cleaning client of mine. It was Austin Rutherford. Yeah. And so Austin let me come in and stage, design, and manage his places that I was cleaning because he trusted me so much.
Like the Old Town dude?
Yeah. Austin Rutherford. And he trusted me with the cleaning. Yeah. Right. And I used my street cred with him in the cleaning. And I told him, look, hey, Austin, I'm doing all the stuff now. Would you be interested in letting me do it for you? Because he was doing it. He was doing the messaging and the booking and everything from afar. Yep. But he didn't know what he was doing. He was just like figuring it out. And he had other businesses too. So he could do it, but he's busy. It's like, let me do it, Austin. I'll handle it. Yeah. I'll handle all the cleaning like I am already now. And I'll do everything else too. And that worked really, really well.
Did you have to bring on any new systems to like accomplish this?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was a whole new game. It wasn't just the cleaning. It was now you have to worry about everything in the house too. Now you're responsible for the linens. Now you're responsible for the couch. If the couch is broken, if there's not enough cups, if there's not enough plates, you now have to get them.
Yeah.
Right. You're the manager. You're the one that's communicating with the guest. They're paying you.
You got to be responsive with your messaging.
You got to be responsive.
Yep.
Yeah, with everything.
All times a day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, now like something I understood and knew really well and could do pretty easily, even though it was taking all of my time. Now I'm thrown into something else now that I don't understand fully, trying to figure it out, creating all these new systems, failing a lot. And
when you say that, what do you mean? Like you implement something that doesn't work and you just go back to the drawing board? Okay.
All the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we're lucky in the way that we saw when things weren't working.
Yeah.
And we could pivot, we could change. Some people just bang their head against the wall and do the wrong thing forever.
Yeah.
We were lucky in the way that we tried a lot of things very early and were able to change and adapt quickly. And, but again, paid a lot of lessons in those, first couple months of doing that. Learned some very expensive lessons, had a lot of close calls, actually.
With like clients leaving?
Oh, no, like a house almost burned down.
Oh.
We had somebody like have a very, very close like accident in a home. We had somebody like totally destroy one of our houses, like a hoarder situation.
Gotcha.
Like $30,000 of damage.
Oh, disgusting.
To that, like crazy. All different types of things. And all of those were really our fault because we didn't know. We didn't know any better. And we're just figuring it out as we go.
Yeah.
But we did.
Yep.
So that was probably like a 2-year process, really trying to figure it out and figure out this new business.
How big is the staff?
At this time, so we had all of our cleaners that we had when I was running the cleaning company in 2021. So at this time, because we had some cleaners come back, so we probably had like 5 or 6. Pretty lean staff again. But at this time as well, we had also dropped a lot of those old cleaning clients, some of the commercial cleans, residential. We didn't do that anymore. We did all Airbnb stuff.
Spread too thin.
Yeah. Focus on the one thing.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, so we had about 5 or 6 cleaners at that time. And then that's when I started bringing people into an office, right? And started having a team, right? And we grew pretty quickly, at least team wise. I had a business partner that helped me start the management company. And then I had 3 admin staff, support staff, if you will, and then the cleaners. So about 10 people.
Right on.
At that time. And yeah, so again, we had the cleaning company at that time. So we still had probably $250,000 in revenue from just the cleaning of the Airbnbs that we were doing. But then we added a whole new revenue stream, which was the management of the Airbnbs. So we were getting paid 2 times,
right,
for the same house. We get paid as the cleaner and we get paid as the manager, right? And again, that started very slow, but the first year of management, we onboarded, I think, like 30 properties.
Okay.
Like 31 properties, I think.
Is there a cost to onboarding?
Yes. Yeah. I made no money that first year. I lost money.
Okay.
And again, in that, like I said, we made a lot of mistakes. One of those mistakes was the partner that I had picked.
Okay. To
help me start that business. And he didn't last very long. And so he fizzled out about a year in. And he took some stuff from us financially when he left. But more importantly, ran up a lot of debt. On credit cards. And just really just set us up for failure.
Awesome.
A lot of different ways. And at his exit too, was just trying to poison the whole relationship, trying to turn clients against me, and just a really bad scenario. But yeah, so the whole first year probably was a wash. But we had all those clients on board.
Yeah.
Right. So year 2, we didn't have to onboard any of those clients.
Right.
Right. They were already in the system.
So that cost is gone.
That cost is gone. And that second
systems are more in place.
Systems are more in place. We had some turnover of staff, but we were starting to kind of find our good core crew. And yeah, again, we were pretty lean. So we weren't spending tons of money on office space and employees. Like we were profitable that second year.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would say that year was probably the first year we broke $500,000 total between both the businesses. And so in that time as well, that's when I bought my second house. That became an Airbnb. So I staged that, built that out, designed it all myself, did the renovation.
Learning curve?
Definite learning curve. Less because I had just done 30 of them for other clients. So I made the mistake on those 30 houses.
Sure.
So now I was better prepared for mine.
Good.
But yeah, still made mistakes.
Uh-huh.
Still had people trash and ruin my stuff.
Yeah.
Had to replace it. And we've just learned so much over the years on how to control the guests, control the experience. And you really do. Like, if something bad happens to you in your Airbnb, it's your fault. It's because you didn't control the guest. It's because
what do you mean by that? Like, how do you control them?
Yeah. I mean, there's a million different ways to do so. But it's the way that you create your rules.
Okay.
The way that you create your messages, right? Like, what are you telling them to do before check-in? What are you telling them to do? What are you requiring them before, after check-in, during? You know, what is the expectation of them? What is the expectation of you?
So setting expectations.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Setting the expectation, being clear with your marketing and in your photos, and letting them know before they even get there what to expect.
Okay.
And in doing so, you set the stage for charging them if that expectation is not met.
Right.
And if you charge them, you prohibit the behavior that you're trying to, stop, or at least you get paid for it if it does happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So you're finding your systems, you're finding your core crew. What's sort of the next jump or challenge that you come across?
Yeah. So I would say, that first partnership was really tough.
Yeah.
Because he was also a good friend.
Damn.
And I would advise anyone that is listening to not go into business with your friends.
Okay.
You can become friends with your business partners.
Uh-huh.
But I would never start a business with a friend.
Would you change that advice at all? And I don't know the answer, so I'm not advocating. If you got lawyers involved with your friends beforehand to set expectations per se.
Sure. I think that maybe it would work.
Okay.
But there's still always going to be that gray area. There's still going to be that, your friends.
Yeah.
Right? And Eric will just let it go because we're boys.
Right. And true. Yeah. You don't want to abuse that.
Right. But it always happens.
Yeah. That's tough.
And
that's good advice.
Yeah. At least in my experience.
Sure. Okay. So you learn that lesson, that partner leaves, then what?
Yeah. So again, I'm on my own again.
Here we are.
No stranger to that.
Uh-huh.
Right? And,
are you frustrated? Are you just like, what?
Maybe I should have been.
Yeah.
Right. But I do have this, for everything else that happened to me that was way worse and way more frustrating.
Uh-huh.
None of this stuff really bothered.
Well, that's good. I remember when I put in my 2 weeks, I was so stressed because one, we were friends, but I wasn't your business partner. I was just an employee.
Sure.
But I was so stressed because I didn't want to let you down as a friend or as a cleaner / ops man. But I remember when I told you, okay. You were very even keel. I was impressed. So I think you do take things in stride, or at least you seem to. I don't know what's going on up here, but
no, I do. I think, and it's just probably because of what has happened to me in my life and the things I have seen is probably.
It could always be worse.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy for that. Right, that perspective.
Oh yeah, absolutely, huge win.
And quite good at dealing with chaos.
Yeah, no doubt. So you're on your own again?
Yes, I'm on my own and learning this new business, right? Because it is very much new to me, right? And property management and guest safety and insurance and equipment. I mean, there's 1,000 data points in a house, any given house. right? Like what wiring goes where, what outlet works, what outlet, what switch, what kind of fridge do you have, what air filters does it take, what water filter does it take. You need to know every single one of those things to manage a short-term rental.
Yeah, so true.
Or at least to do it well.
Yeah.
And so the cataloging of all the information, the cataloging of the systems, if you want people to work for you virtually, which is, you're going to need to do this in this business. Have people in the Philippines, have people in cheaper areas of the world that can help you do messaging, help you do management. But how are they going to know how to help you when they've never been to your property
Right.
6,000 miles away?
Yeah, how do you figure that out?
You have to create a system for them that is as good as if they were standing there in front of the house themselves.
So, like, if a guest messages them from a specific property, they have a list of everything that is at that house and can reference it and be like, oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. And then I assume, because you've got folks in Egypt, right? One of your bros in Egypt then messages you or one of your ops men and is like, this house needs this filter at, ASAP.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yep. And
that's very detail oriented.
Yeah. And it has to be the right size and everything, right? Mm-hmm. And like, there's just so much detail. Mm-hmm. So, and candidly, right, we onboard 34 properties our first year. Mm-hmm. Those 34 properties were not cataloged properly.
Sure.
Right? And we just grew so fast to where now we're having to go back, recatalog everything and reanalyze on what we know now. Mm-hmm. And that process took probably more than a year of like having to go back into the portfolio and seeing like, here's what we know now.
You got to work around guests now.
Yeah. Now work around reservations and restage properties. And it took months to really get it to a point where I felt like we knew what we were doing. It was scalable. We could add more clients and get to a point where we could like hire more people. I could pull back from the day-to-day and think about that next thing.
Yeah. And were you able to do that?
I was. That's why we're sitting here. Right?
So true.
But that took time. Yeah. So I would say, that was probably from 2022 to 2024 was like a very formative time in the business to where I would say we didn't really grow a ton, right?
Yeah.
And revenue did a little bit, but like house number like stayed relatively stagnant. Team size stayed relatively stagnant. And really just in those 2 years, we were just really trying to perfect what we were doing, right?
Yeah.
And make it as lean, as efficient as possible with the least amount of involvement from me.
Sure.
To be able to know that I could grow it with somebody else or grow it in another market or franchise it or whatever I wanted to do. But I knew that like I had to get it organized, I had to get it efficient, and I had to get it removed from me.
You had to perfect the model.
Yes.
And then remove yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something else happened during that time.
Yes.
2022 to 2024. And I feel like there was also another crisis of company in terms of whether or not you wanted to continue. What one do you want to talk about first? Which one came first?
Yeah, so
I feel like they're not unrelated.
No, they are very related, I would say. So going back a little bit to 2022, late 2022, I was to embark on a world tour. So always loved to travel.
Yeah.
Through my time in the cleaning company and in my early management career, I traveled a ton.
Yeah.
And I always loved to go out of the country and see crazy new places. Mm-hmm. And in doing so, I had an opportunity to create a documentary and course for all of the material that I had learned the past 6 years. I was going to condense it into an online course.
And the course would basically be like, if I wanted to do what you were doing, I would take the course and I would finish and then I could just go do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you wanted to clean Airbnbs, if you wanted to own them, or even if you wanted to do just like maintenance and like design them.
Yeah.
I would teach you exactly how I did it, all of my processes, scripts, all of the materials that I actually created, I put in there.
Yep.
And so the vision for that project was to film it in Airbnbs all around the world.
Right. You had a film crew. You had a guy with a drone.
Yeah. Like
it was legit.
It was legit. I mean, we had Netflix quality cameras, like the Netflix rated cameras.
Yeah.
It was like the lowest one.
Sure.
That could be allowed by Netflix, but still, like a badass like Sony Red camera. Like, and we rented them for this project for like several weeks. Traveled all over the world with them.
Incredible.
And the vision was the backdrops for the course material would be in like some of the coolest, most unique Airbnbs all over the world.
Yeah.
And so I actually secured funding to go and make that a reality.
Yes.
Right? Because obviously this world tour and all these B&Bs everywhere, it's cost significant dollars.
Yes.
And so actually
I had an investor.
Yes. I was actually able to get somebody to give me money to make this dream a reality because they believed in me and the brand so much, which we're still business partners today.
Awesome.
That he embarked on this journey with me. But the journey was to start in Nepal. So in October of 2022, in Nepal, Kathmandu, we are 3 days in to our worldwide trip. We're going to go all over the world. We're going to go like Nepal, Southeast Asia, New Zealand, Australia, Fiji, Tahiti, and then do whole West Coast and work our way back home.
Yeah. Paradise.
Awesome.
Multiple paradises.
Amazing.
Yeah.
3 days in, I get in a horrific motorcycle accident. And this was in Kathmandu. And I don't know if you know much about Nepal, but one of the poorest nations in the world. And the traffic there is just incredible. I mean, there's like no lanes, dirt roads most everywhere. And it is just complete chaos. And but I love motorcycles. I love dirt bikes. I'm very comfortable riding. My dad had Harleys. I was on the back of a Harley when I was probably 4 years old, right? And I just was very comfortable. And so one of my friends who I was traveling with has a bright idea to rent dirt bikes, big Baja bikes, like big 500cc dirt bikes.
Cool. And
rip them through the mountains of Kathmandu, like in the Everest foothills. Of course, sounds incredible.
Yeah,
right?
Sign me up.
I'm in.
Yeah, already there.
Well, I didn't realize the traffic, right? And just the chaos that is Kathmandu. We didn't even make it up in the mountains. I didn't make it out of the city. Like literally 2 hours into the ride, I am just ripping up this hill, probably going 60 miles an hour. And at this point, I had been separated from my friends. We all knew that we were going to meet at this waterfall.
Okay.
Right? Like 10 miles up the road or something.
Okay.
We all had a GPS pinned in or whatever.
Okay, gotcha.
And so we're just cruising. I'm cruising, right? And I am going way too fast. I am really enjoying myself.
Sure.
Hot dog. Just, t-shirt on.
Wind going through the hair.
Wind going through the hair. Just nothing, no care.
Yeah.
Right? And I had just left my business. I'm 3 days into this awesome adventure. Everything's perfect. Not a care in the world. I come up over this hill. And I'm going like 60 miles an hour. I come over the crest of this hill. I have no time whatsoever to even think or stop. Traffic is stopped at the top of this hill.
Gotcha.
That I can't see as I'm coming over the crest. And as I'm coming over, I see that this huge bus, traffic is stopped. There's this woman right here in the road, on the side trying to cross. And I just remember time had stopped. It's one of those free second situations. And I instantly, because I knew I was going to hit something this bus or this car or these people. I wasn't going to do that. So I swerve off the road, swerve around this woman, hit a huge pothole. Yeah. And that's the last thing I remember. Yeah. And because I'm going 50, 60 miles an hour, flying. And so I flip all the way over the handlebars and go kind of unconscious, but I'm still conscious. And thank God I was wearing a helmet. Yeah. So if I had no helmet, we'd not be having this conversation. Sure. Because I feel the ground grinding,
you're skidding.
skidding on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
head
Uh-huh.
for like 20 feet.
Yeah.
On my head, on the helmet, hitting gravel, like impaling me.
Yeah.
Because I see later, I have like rocks stuck into me because of the force of my impact.
Right.
And bike is like flips over on top of me, smashes me, smashes my hip, shatters my hip. And I don't know if I did it on the ground. I think I did it on the ground, but I go out to stop myself and completely blow my elbow out of my arm.
Yep.
Like to the point where you can see the bone. There is blood gushing like a Hollywood movie. And I am in complete shock.
Yep.
Right? And like to the point where like I shoot straight up. Like they lift the bike off of me and I jump straight up and like dust myself, like start picking rocks out of my skin and stuff. And like, I'm like, oh, I'm fine. And like all these Nepali people, they like stop their cars. And like,
they're like, what?
The way that they're looking at me is like, I know something is wrong. And I'm like, what? Like what? They're like, sit down. They're like, stop it. And like, I look down.
Are they speaking English?
No.
Okay.
And like this woman, like she's like giving me this tissue out of her car, like window. And like, everybody's looking at me. And I like look down at my arm and then I see my bone.
Oh my Christ. Yeah.
It's like, oh, like, and then it all
reality sets in.
Yeah. And then I get dizzy and I see that my arm is like crooked, like completely broken. And I have this huge gash and blood is like shooting out every time my heart beats.
Right.
And now, mind you, no one's around.
Right.
Right. And like, except the Nepali people that are pulling the bike off of me.
Right.
And thankfully I crashed near like this like first aid stand or like this little gas station. And they had morphine.
Oh,
somehow,
sweet.
Right. And like, I just remember they like pulled my pants down, they like, shot me in the butt with this morphine.
Wow.
And like,
what an experience.
Instantly, like, feel better a little bit. Still in shock.
Sure.
And like, they're like wrapping these like dirty bandages on. Everything's dirty. There's flies. Like, we're in an open air, like shack essentially. Right. And like, nobody's speaking English. Nobody knows what's going on. Like, I am bleeding out, like at this point. And like, they're like, you need to go to the hospital. Right. And like, leave your motorcycle, leave your helmet, like all this shit. It's trashed, by the way. This is rental.
Right.
I have to deal with that later.
Yeah.
And they take me to a hospital it was in Shingradi province.
And you have no clue where you're going this whole time.
No, I mean, we had a point. We knew we were going to this waterfall, right? And like,
right, but in terms of like, these Nepali people are just taking you somewhere.
I was a passenger. I had no idea where I was going.
You're like, are you thinking like, hopefully we're going
to the hospital. Hopefully not grandma's house. Right. Like, but yeah, I had confidence that we were going to the hospital and people were generally nice. And at this point in the story, I met Dinesh.
Yes, I'm aware of him.
Yeah, so Dinesh was the man who really was the first person to like really kind of latch onto me and find me. Because he lived above where I crashed, like in this little village. And he came down when there was all this commotion when I crashed the motorcycle because he saw like all this traffic stop. And he came down and he met me and he stayed with me the entire time.
Right.
He rode in the ambulance with me. Had no reason to do so. Like hours away from his house to go to this like field hospital where like
family doesn't know where he is.
No, family doesn't know. He couldn't tell anyone. Yeah. Like he just ran down the hill because he saw flashing lights and stuff and knew somebody was hurt. And he rode with us in the ambulance. It was translating for me, thank God.
Okay.
But this hospital, it was like very small. It was open air. It was like in the mountains. And they were just not equipped to like help. Even the doctor was like, just shook his head. Like,
we got nothing here for you.
And he was like a kid, like 24. I was like, I'm screwed. And
so at this point, you're aware that they can't help you? Yeah. And are you just like, shit?
They took an x-ray.
Okay.
So they took an x-ray and then they showed me the x-ray. And they talked. And they're like, no way. Because it's my elbow.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like all these little bones like in here, all messed up. probably saw him out on the road somewhere.
Right.
And I'm still bleeding, like still bleeding through every single bandage. Like I am sick. I am feeling nasty because like I'm losing all this blood.
Right.
And I'm just like bleeding through everything that they're putting on me. And I'm just like, what are we doing? You know?
At any point, you're like, wait, am I like gonna bleed out? Am I gonna be dead?
Yeah, I mean, it did cross my mind, right? And like, yeah, it was a lot. And at this point, like the morphine's wearing off. I'm starting to feel everything.
Pain's coming back.
Yeah, big time. And I knew that I was in trouble.
Yeah.
And so at this point, I had called my friends.
Okay.
They're on their way back. Well, we knew that this hospital couldn't help us, right? So I had to go on another 2-hour ambulance ride back down to Kathmandu to Norvik Hospital International, where they take all the Mount Everest people.
Right. Okay.
And so this is like more of a decent hospital with like a surgical suite and like, you know, but still, it was very rudimentary. It still smelled. There were still flies.
Yeah. Okay.
People were still not looking happy.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of good care going on.
Okay.
It was dirty.
Great.
Like
not what you want from a hospital.
No. And I'm like, and they're telling me, they're like, I'm there. And they're like, we need to put you under, like for surgery. Like you're going to die if we don't operate on you. And like, I'm like, I don't know. This has never happened to me before. I've never been hurt in another country. I've never gotten this hurt in the United States level.
Right.
And like, I'm like, okay, well, what are my options? Like, can I call my dad or like, you know, like, and like, just try and like take a step back here. And, you know, I've never been in surgery. I've never been cut open and like, let alone in Nepal where you don't even speak English.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and, you know, I'll remember this forever, dude. It was just like sitting there and like call my dad. He picks up. I call my mom. She picks up. Tell them both what happened. And I asked him like, you know, what should I do? Right. And like, cause I really just needed somebody's opinion.
Sure.
And my dad asked me what arm it was. And I told him, I was like, it's my right arm. And, you know, just the way he said it, he's like, you know, do what you have to do.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. He's like, that's your right arm.
Yeah.
Like, you need that.
Yeah.
You know? But like, so essentially he was telling me, like, get the surgery.
Yeah.
Right? And, like, don't be scared. And so after that, and my friends have not even come back. Like, they haven't made it to the hospital yet. And we decide to go under, like, go into surgery. Right. And so like they put me in the gown, like cut all my clothes off of me.
Yep.
And I'm going down to like in a wheelchair to the operating room, like in my green gown. And it was just so terrifying because like I'm just walking past like all this just like filth and like miserable looking people.
Yeah.
Like amputees and like all this shit. I'm just like,
it's like the least reassuring walk.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. It was terrible. And like, it just, I didn't feel good, dude. I had a bad feeling about it. And maybe I should have said something, you know, but I didn't know. I just,
what do you say?
Right. What could I have said? Stop.
Can you please do a good job?
Right.
Better than the job you were thinking of doing. Can you do that job?
And would you even have understood me?
Right. Yeah.
And get this. So when I get into the operating room, the anesthesiologist is sitting on a table with no shoes on.
Let's go.
Scrolling on Facebook.
Get out.
Swear to God. Like playing Candy Crush. When I'm being carted in, about to go under. And right then, I was like, I'm going to die. This is it. Like, this is my anesthesiologist? Like, you guys are joking, right? And I knew I'd made a horrible mistake. It was too late. But so when I was being put under, that is the one time in my life that I did pray.
Okay.
And like prayed like for everything in my life. Like if there is a God.
Yeah.
Like if I get out of this and I wake up, like anything, like I will do anything.
Yeah.
Right? And I meant it.
Yeah.
And
on your knees, figuratively. Yeah.
On a metal ass table, naked, feeling this cold, thinking I'm never gonna wake up. Right?
Yeah.
And they put me under. I do wake up. I'm in the aftercare room or whatever, and tons of pain, of course. So they put a bunch of hardware in my arm.
Yeah.
They say everything's great. I have 18 staples. It's because my wound was so big that they couldn't stitch it shut.
Yeah.
They actually have to fold your skin and staple you with a big staple. So that was cool. I looked like Frankenstein.
Sure. I think I've seen some photos.
With staples. And they said I was good. And so we stay in Nepal for another week and a half, do some rehab. I couldn't walk also because my hip was completely shattered. And so I'm in a wheelchair trying to do some rehab, try and figure out my arm and bend it. I have a lot of pain, right? And the swelling is not going down. That 2 or 3 days after I'd been discharged from the hospital. So this was like, I'd spent a week and a half in the hospital after surgery. So now I'm probably like 2 weeks into Nepal total.
Yeah, right.
At this point. And completely derailed all my plans.
Of course.
Canceled everything. Like now I'm just worried about surviving. And me and my friends were in the hotel lobby. And we meet this guy named Jeffrey. Never forget him. He was an Iranian gentleman. Okay. Who, and regardless, who knows if this was true, but his dad was, I guess, related to the Shah of Iran. Okay. In the 80s and 90s before the Shah, they were taken out. Yeah. In the Gulf War. Yeah, gotcha. So Jeffrey was very, very smart, very well spoken. He was he was like 50 years old and with like an 18-year-old girl at the hotel. Gotcha. Super weird, but we just got to talking, and because obviously saw the huge cast that was on my arm, and he had asked, like, what happened? Like, did you get surgery here? I told him, yeah. And he asked me what hospital. And I told him what they did, and his face got white as a sheet. And just the way that he looked at me, and the way that he said it, he's like, you have to leave. You have to leave today. Oh. He's like, you never get surgery here. Gotcha. He's like, you probably have a bone infection. The hospitals here are not they do not do what they say they do. The surgeons here are not trained. And you must go now. And if you ever want to use your arm again, you'll listen to me and you'll book a flight to Bangkok today. Wow. Swear to God. And the fear that he said it with. I was like, okay. Okay. Yeah. And I did. So I'd never been to Thailand before. Never been to Bangkok. Never even thought about it. Sure. And he had told us, he's like, because we thought, well, why Thailand? Right? And he said, it's like, the medical care there is incredible. Okay. It's near or better what you'd find in the West. It's really cheap, and they'll be honest with you. And if something is wrong with you, they'll be able to fix it. Okay. And again, this is my right arm. This is how I write. This is what I got to do. Do what I got to do. Right. And so we booked this flight to Thailand. We go to Bangkok. They get us in for orthopedic surgery consultation same day. Wow. At like one of the best hospitals in Bangkok, which I later find out is one of the best hospitals in the world. Yikes. And consistently rated like #1. Bumrungrad International Hospital in Bangkok. Wow. And the place is like a skyscraper. It is like a floating like city in the middle of Bangkok, and like everything looks brand new. I get like 6 nurses to my one room. Every care that I could ever need is like rated on. And so they're doing all these tests, trying to figure out what happened, what I have in my arm. And so they do all their tests. Then I go back into the room, and the orthopedic surgeon meets with me. He speaks pretty good English, and he's Thai, but he's like laughing, like laughing comically. He's like, "Who did this to you?" Like literally, and like he's showing me these X-rays and like my bones, and mind you, there is construction wire in my arm. Shut up. No, I still have it. They gave it to me.
Like it's a keepsake.
Yeah, I have it. It's on my desk.
Oh, that's
little jar.
so good.
Like twisted. It looks like barbed wire.
Oh my god.
Like sharp, just metal steel gauge wire. Was in mine. That's how they fused my bones together.
Wow.
And I paid out of pocket for that surgery.
That's
it was like $9,000.
Wow.
Which is incredible. That was huge money in Nepal.
Yeah.
And you did that? That was the kind of handiwork? And
did they upcharge you because you're American?
Maybe.
Wow.
I'm never going back there, so I don't
Hell
no. But yeah, no, in Thailand, like they took everything out. So I had to go down again.
Right.
I had a second surgery in another country. And this one was so much better.
Yeah.
Because they took everything out that they put in Nepal, and they put titanium plates and rods back in. And so titanium, I don't know if you know this, doesn't set off metal detectors.
Yes.
So I would have set off metal detectors for the rest of my life. I would have been stopped at airports. It would have been terribly uncomfortable.
You'd have to opt out every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And any time that I'd go in those machines by accident would hurt. Anytime it would be cold, it would hurt. And just so grateful that I listened to Jeffrey.
Yeah, geez. And shout out.
Just so weird, right? Well, anyway, so I had to rehab in Thailand.
Yep.
And so I rehabbed. I ended up spending almost 2 months in Thailand. Spent my birthday there in 2022. And really just fell in love, like, with the country itself.
Yeah.
Right? And like Thailand's very popular now. But before, I hadn't heard anything about it. I had no frame of reference and didn't really even have like Thai food before.
Sure.
Right. So like, just remember being completely enamored like with like the culture. Everyone's so nice, like ridiculously nice and welcoming. They call it the land of smiles.
Oh.
And literally, like everyone there, like, is just delightful. Like, just so smiley and giggly, and like everyone's just so happy to be there.
Well, that's great.
Oh, it's incredible. And they love Americans. They love tourism. Like they truly want to show you their country, right? And
isn't that special?
Yeah, and like they want you to like go back and tell people how great Thai people are, and like just the pride.
Like, can we get some of that?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Right. And they do their work. Like everyone, like you'll go to even Burger King, right? And like everybody's shirts tucked in, and like everything's spotless clean, and like everybody is just like doing such a great job at anything that they do. They care to putting towards everything that they do. The cities are so clean. Everyone's respectful. Everyone's kind. And I fell in love with it instantly.
Wow.
And the food as well, like from my culinary background.
Yeah, true.
The nature that it has, the national parks that it has, the beaches, the islands. I mean, it's an incredible place. It's really just paradise. And so I knew that I wanted to go back. And I knew that it would be in my life in some way, shape, or form for a while.
Yep.
I didn't know how much.
Right.
Until later. But yeah, that is really my experience with this tragedy of me, crashing my motorcycle, trying to build out this course and this whole platform to help others, me getting hurt in the process. We still did release the course a year and a half later. We made a movie about this entire story.
It's so good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough to have the opportunity to do a couple private showings of that on the big screen.
Yeah.
At the Grandview Theater downtown.
Yep.
That was just such a cool moment.
Magical.
For me. And just full circle, right? And like having gone through such tragedy and tribulation, like not just in my life, but like with this particular event and making this course and making this project and still doing it.
Yeah.
And still getting it out there was to me a huge win.
Where can people watch that if they're interested?
Yeah. So it's on our website, www.airbutler.co. And it's right there on the front page and in the course page as well. We can also drop the link in.
Yeah, we will.
Comments.
It's really worth watching, folks. It kind of condenses Erich's journey, but then you also just get the beautiful shots Yeah, it's really incredible. Do you care if I pee real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Oh,
How are we doing on time?
we're doing pretty well. I already had permission to not be home for bedtime, so I'm fucking golden.
Oh, damn.
Bedtime was a hot minute ago.
Ooh, yeah.
So we're good. That's crazy that works. Yeah, no, we're good. How are you doing on time? This is very generous amount of. Okay, cool. You don't have to be or anything?
Yeah, I will.
Where's the bathroom?
There is one right down the stairs on the left.
Let's sit.
Back here. Yeah, right down there.
No emergencies?
No.
That's good.
Just gonna send a couple messages.
Please. Sweet.
Yeah, you're probably real tired.
No, we're good. Luckily, it's a stimulating conversation. So I've been pretty geeked. You come back home from Thailand. What happens?
Yeah, so that is now the second time that we almost went out of business.
because you can't manage the business.
Yeah.
You couldn't have while you were there.
No.
Did you have an operations manager?
Kind of.
Yeah. But probably they weren't expecting to have to deal with. Yeah.
Yes, that was very challenging for both my clients and also all of my employees.
Yeah.
And lost a couple employees.
What happened? What were the, like, what happened while you were gone at Air Butler?
Yeah, so when the cat is away, the mice will play.
Yeah, well said.
And they did.
Mm-hmm.
And we ripped through money.
Oh, so they were just like spending money on dumb shit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Paying themselves, doing ridiculous stuff. I mean, just
dang.
Reckless abandon.
How disappointing.
Especially given the circumstances.
Right.
I'm fighting for my life.
How soon did they know?
That I was...
What had happened to you, yeah.
Within a couple of days.
Sure.
Everybody knew.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it was wild. I mean, I was getting messages from so many different people. Like,
oh, yeah.
Are you alive? Like, what the hell? Is this real? Like,
yeah. I remember being one of those people.
Yeah.
Because you put like an Instagram story of you just like delirious, like sitting down on some table with like your arm all messed up. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Out of control.
Yeah. Anyways, so I came back to a very disorganized mess. 4 different managers that were all fighting each other.
Mm.
Nobody knew what their role was. Nobody knew which way was up. Nobody knew how to make money.
Mm.
And I learned a ton in that, I was my business.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And no matter how many people I had, how many middle managers I had, they were only doing stuff for me.
Then you didn't have a leader.
No.
Yeah.
No. I had people that would try, but they'd always fail because the problem was always the same, where they either didn't have enough information to make those decisions, or they just didn't have the desire to make those hard decisions.
So is the former a you problem then? If they don't have the...
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Gotcha. And it always comes back to me. So.
The owner founder.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's always your fault.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And yes, so I have done tons in the years since to help fill those gaps in data, to fill those gaps in knowing how to be responsible and knowing how to think like me, right? We've made huge leaps in that direction. The other problem is just finding the right people that are going to do the hard things.
Yeah.
And to pay them correctly so that they do.
Yeah. Tough to pay them correctly.
Yeah.
What are the hard things you're looking for them to be able to do?
Yeah, it's hospitality, right?
Yeah.
So like a lot of times you're going to have to do things for your customer that you may not agree with.
Yeah.
Right? Customer's always right.
Yeah.
Right. And to have a good attitude in those things.
Yeah.
Right.
Service mindset.
Service mindset. Right. That is a rare thing, increasingly rare.
Yeah.
Especially like a genuine one.
Yeah.
Where like me, that I have, right? Where like I really do care about the guest, and like if they are not satisfied, like it will keep me up at night.
Yeah. No, I believe you.
And I think about their experience and what they would think about anything that they touch or use in a house. I equate it as to like what I would want, right? And
probably better than what you would want.
Probably.
Yeah.
My Airbnbs are cleaner than my house.
Yeah, dude. I think you and I made a joke once where it's like one day I would like to live in a place as nice as the Airbnbs.
Yeah. Right. I know. And it's just that, right? Like that bug that I have, right, has been kind of maybe the hardest thing to find with other people.
Yeah.
But we have.
You have.
We have.
You definitely have. Yeah. How did you find this person?
It's trial and error.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way, right? And you will find, and it's just like your friends in your life, right? Like your true friends. I think like you only have a couple, a handful of like true friends in your life. I think business is the same, to where like you will only ever truly have a few great employees.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're lucky enough to get one, you bet your ass you hold on to it.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it's your own fault.
Yeah.
And so yes, in my time of doing this, I've hired and fired hundreds of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I've probably only ever found 10 that I would really say could run this business themselves, or even get to the point where they could call themselves an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's, the perfect employee is somebody that would be an entrepreneur themselves.
Yeah.
But that is, it's 300 to 10,
yeah.
As far as my ratio of people I've had to go through to find those 10.
Mm-hmm.
So do with that what you will.
Right. Fairly put. You had mentioned earlier that in 2024, there was like some sort of ramp up or something changed in the model again.
Yes. So in 2024, I would say we started going heavy on the acquisition side.
Okay. Right? Like acquiring properties.
Yeah. And for us, right? So me personally, or my business partner, or business partners.
Yeah.
Now, because we own lots of properties together.
Yep.
And there's a group of us, right? So we and I just started having and making it a priority to buy and own assets.
Mm-hmm.
And assets also that we turn into short-term rentals.
Sure.
Right? So our management company manages them. We make money as a manager, but then I make money as an owner.
Right.
So you get paid twice.
Yep.
And also preserving some of that wealth that we've created through having assets, through having cash flow that's created through those assets as well. It's created a safer base for me as well and the business, to where there's less stress.
Okay.
Of like the day-to-day running it. Because we have a fair bit of property now.
Yeah.
And, if something got bad, we could sell something, move capital.
Yeah.
We have options now, which we didn't before.
Right. So ultimately, like, you could take a hit and still keep walking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Insulated.
Yeah. Right.
And the control is important to me too.
Meaning?
Our properties that we own, I don't have to wait for an owner to say, oh yeah, you can replace them.
Right.
I'm the owner.
Yeah.
And you bet it's getting replaced as soon as it breaks.
Yeah.
Because I understand how that'll hurt the listing.
Right.
Right. And so I'm the best owner for our company.
Yeah. Very true.
Because I understand what we actually need, and I'm not going to resist any of those updates or those improvements that I know are going to drive revenue. This is maybe a lesson to any owners that are listening, is that if a professional is telling you what you need to fix your property and to get it to a point where it's going to be a profitable asset for you, listen.
Yep.
Because I do it in all of our properties that we own, where I don't have to listen to anyone else. They're our best performing properties.
Right.
So I think I'm right, to where we're not waiting on somebody else. We're able to provide that experience and that guest quality much quicker and easier at a property we own.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean where the model changed, is now we own everything.
Yep.
Right? We own the house, but we own the management company too. We own the cleaning company. We own every piece of furniture in the property.
Yeah.
It's all ours.
Yeah.
So we can control all of it.
Yep.
Right? And if you want the towels to be a certain way, or if you want the maintenance done a certain way, or the lawns cut a certain way, we can do that.
The implementation is immediate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have to guess.
Yeah.
And I hope this company I hired is going to mow the grass today at 12.
Yeah.
No, we don't have that.
Yeah.
Because we make them come. It's our guys.
Yes.
Right. And so one, that's easier for us to manage the day to day just because we control it and we don't have to wait for stuff. But it also makes it a better experience for everyone that works here.
Right.
Right. Because in the old days, we'd go into somebody's property and something that we said that needed fixed, would still need fixed like 3 weeks later.
Right.
And it's like, okay, well, why am I here doing a good job when like the person that I'm cleaning for doesn't even care about their house?
Yeah, this cabinet's been broken for the past 3 cleans.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sure that's affecting someone and their guest reviews and everything else.
Yeah.
So just like fix it.
Right.
You know, like it's frustrating for you. It's frustrating for the team member. Right.
Right.
It's like, I don't want to create that situation. And now everything is more streamlined. The model is, and it's more profitable.
Right.
Because we're making money as owners now too. And we're creating wealth through appreciation, tax benefits. There's 5 different ways that you can make money in real estate and employ all those traditional real estate practices, you know, all the things that we talk about too, and make money on the Airbnb, operate as an Airbnb, and make all the benefits from that too.
Right.
So it's really the best of both worlds.
Totally. You have properties in Ohio. Where else?
So until recently, they were only in Ohio.
Right.
And I'm sure that's why you asked, because you know. So
cheating.
In October of last year, in October of 2024, actually, we purchased a property in another country.
Yeah, you did.
A country that I love very dearly.
Yeah.
Thailand. So in my travels and in going back to Thailand, which I've gone back now 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
After first visiting there in 2022, I got a lot of close friends there, right? And one of the people that I met there, they were a real estate broker, and they are a real estate broker, and it is it's like a brokerage, so they have access to all the different buildings and developers in any big city that you can think of in Thailand, Pattaya, Bangkok, Chiang Mai, and she like showed me this building, like handpicked for me because it allowed short-term rentals. And you may not know this about Thailand, but it is federally illegal in Thailand to sublease. So short-term rent, you cannot do at a federal level.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people do it. It's just like guerrilla B&B. It's like clandestine. Sure. You can't like check in at the front desk and like, don't talk to anyone. Don't tell them you're there for Airbnb because you'll get banned. We'll get banned. And like, it's a whole like sketchy thing. Yeah. It's very prevalent though. It's very popular, but that's not like a good experience. Yeah. Right. So like, I always knew, I was like, darn, if, you know, somehow somebody allowed this the right way to where like you had the building check-in and like concierge and you could use the pool and the restaurant, that would be sweet. Well, I got the opportunity to purchase a condo in one of those buildings that allowed short-term rentals. It was like once in a lifetime opportunity. This has never happened before, may never happen again, to where this oceanfront building on the ocean, top floor, mind you, had a unit available in the building, that the only building in Pattaya that they were going to allow short-term rentals.
But why the reason for the exception?
I don't know all the details, but I know enough that the land and the property is owned by a Thai royal. Oh. So somebody knows somebody. Gotcha. Somebody wanted that for whatever reason. Okay. They got their way. Wow. And I was lucky enough to find that building because of my contact there.
Get out.
And so that's how that happened. But it was extremely risky because it was a new build development. So when I invested in this property, it was a patch of dirt. They hadn't even broke ground yet. So mind you, I'm back home in America, you know, 10,000 miles away, and I'm being sold this huge, crazy spec design condo, oceanfront penthouse, but it's all renderings. It's fake, right? There's nothing, doesn't exist. Yeah. All that exists is a plot of land that I think maybe they own. Yeah. Right. And
you gotta trust the contractors, the construction workers, all that.
Everything. Yeah. And not only trust, you gotta trust them with $234,000 worth of trust. Right. And yeah, I mean that, and you have to pay it all at once, right? You have to pay up front. Oh. Yeah. So it's like, it's all cash. There's no financing, right?
What? Yeah. Oh my God.
So, and Yeah, you can do payment plans, but you can't get the keys until you pay for all of it up front.
Gotcha.
So you can split it up however you want, but they require all of it before you get possession or even step foot.
I respect that a little bit.
Yeah.
I get it.
I get it too.
Yeah, I get it.
And it just doesn't work. Like banks will not finance foreign entities. So they'll finance Thai people.
Okay.
But you cannot be an American, European, Russian and get financing in Thailand. It doesn't exist. So you got to come with cash or you're not coming to play.
Too. That's kind of nice. Privatized from citizens.
Right, exactly,
Yeah.
right? And I dig that too.
Yeah.
Right? Because like if they did allow financing, everybody and their brother would have something and there'd be no market.
Yeah.
Right? So it kind of is a moat there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had to put down all this money and purchase something that was literally a plot of land, right? And over the next 14 months, they built out this incredible, resort quality, piece of property that is just incredible. And I'll send you some links too for people that are interested.
Yeah,
check it out.
Definitely.
I mean, it looks fake, right? And the renderings don't even do it justice, right? Like, you look at something so long on project plans and renderings and animations and stuff, and then you see it in real life. It's even grander,
right,
and more amazing. So yes, it's open now. So fast forward through all of 2024, 2025, we're making all of the necessary, paperwork, visas, all of those things from afar. And then most recently in January of this year, we had the final inspection.
Cool.
So I was able to go there and actually get eyes on the property, walk through our exact unit.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, it was even more incredible than...
So you were mad stoked?
Mad stoked.
Yeah.
And even cooler than the renderings or the design or the plans even. And is even cooler than I thought.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you going to try and stay?
Oh, yeah.
At the place? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that's the vision for the place is... Obviously, it'll be an Airbnb.
Yeah.
It's going to be a cash flowing asset for us, which the returns look great.
Okay.
Over 20% cash on cash, even with me living there for 2 months out of the year.
That's your goal?
Yeah. And it pencils really well. And there's not even that much data on Airbnbs in that area. So it could be actually much higher.
Okay.
And usually we outperform the market pretty much everywhere we go. But the data that's available, even like the underperforming listings in that area, we would still make money, even if I lived there 2 out of 12 months of the year.
Yep.
So it's a great asset. And just even from a cash flow standpoint, but from also an appreciation standpoint, I'm always asking questions and asking people stuff. I'm very curious. So when I was there in January, I kind of played like I wanted another unit in the building. So I asked them, what units do you have available? Can you show me a room list, hallway list, price list, right? Because I know that, once the building's already open, all the prices are going to be different.
Yeah.
Because I got it early. I got a discount essentially because I was actually the first person to invest in the building.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I got a very good price because as the building gets built, the price goes up.
Sure.
Because they have more confidence in the developer, they have more confidence in the project.
It's actually happening. Yeah. Construction's going on time.
Right.
Yeah.
And it actually got finished early. It's finished like 4 months early.
Oh, that's considerable.
Oh yeah, those boys were rocking.
Wow.
And I lost my train of thought with that.
Well, you played like you were trying to get more another property. Yeah.
So I played like I was trying to get one. And so they were silly enough to show me the price list for a couple of the units that were still available. And all of the prices for the units that they still had available that were on lower floors than ours and smaller units were twice as much as the price that we paid. 2 times. So it's a double up already.
Right.
If I wanted to sell it to somebody else, I would double my money.
Sure.
But I don't.
Right.
I'm not hold it. But it was just a great confidence thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Huge confidence.
All this, everyone was telling me, this is a terrible deal. You're never going to get out of this. You're such an idiot. Like, this is a scam. And like, in less than 14 months, we've doubled our money.
How many times have you been told that?
A lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure many times. I know for a fact. Many times. How many properties are you guys managing right now?
53 today.
53 today. What's the future of Air Butler?
It could be a lot of different things.
Uh-huh.
I still do want to take it in a couple different directions. I do love the franchising model,
Okay.
and creating a brand pack, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
a franchising model that other people, other entrepreneurs like me across the nation could pick up and come into a brand and come into a system that actually works for this business. And, everything we've learned and built over the years, like, because we help people now, like we do consulting today and really help people. And they tell us like our stuff is good and it does help people, and our course and everything else. It has helped people learn this business. Why don't we take it a step further and start really helping people start their own Air Butler?
Yeah.
Right. And so that's a thought in a direction that I want to take it, but something that is more close and dear to my heart and more aligned with really everything I've talked about in this podcast is, my connection with nature, my connection with hospitality, food, everything, I think is better suited to me in a resort setting, in a glamping and an off-grid setting.
Yeah. Well, I can see glamping big for you. Yeah.
So, and that's really what me and my team are into these days.
Okay.
Is
that where you were this morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
And we are looking actively every day at land, vacant land, but also land with structures on it to build a resort.
Gotcha.
For people to come and learn about, the wonders of nature and connect with nature in a spiritual way, in a very grounded and authentic way, to where like you're familiar with like kind of glamping and off-grid living. It's become very popular in the past couple of years. But I think it will become even more popular in the future with AI and mega cities and everything else that's coming.
People want to disconnect.
People are going to want to disconnect as we get more connected. Right. And
connected.
Yeah, right.
Right.
If you think that. And I want to create a space for people to unplug and connect with humans.
Yeah.
Connect with themselves. And I know I get that out of being in nature, and I get that with having less. And I know that there's other people in the world that will get that too from an experience like that. And I know that I can build it and create a special place, whether it's a ranch or whether it's, something in Hocking Hills, just outside.
Yeah.
And we will have properties that are built into nature. Might have natural elements inside the house, like a tree or a creek or moss
that'd be sweet.
or something inside.
Yeah.
And built into the house to really ground you with nature, literally.
Yeah.
And that's my real dream. I've always wanted to do that. And I think what we do now in creating these experiences and hosting these people in our homes now gives us the perfect vehicle to provide that experience for the different homes that we're going to manage in the future.
You told me how you helped with the Airbnb legislation.
Yeah.
And you've obviously branched out throughout Ohio. Taking your service mindset lens, you've clearly contributed to the city and to the state. What does that mean for you? Is that like a sense of civic duty? What do you get out of that?
Yeah, no, that's a good question, man. I guess I don't always think of it that way. I'm just doing me.
Yeah.
A lot of times, but I do have incredible pride for my business and how we fit in the city. Right. And I mean, really think about it. Like, we are the gatekeepers of Columbus. Right. And I say that, to my staff a lot of times, and stewards of Columbus. Right. And I use that word often as well.
Stewardship
is because it's true. Right. It's like, at any given time, like, we're over 1% of the Columbus Airbnb population, the market. And if we factor in repeat guests and everything else, it's much greater of the cross section of guests that come to Columbus stay in one of my places. right? So a lot of times these are people that have never been to Columbus ever. And I get the opportunity to welcome them to Columbus for the first time.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I would be a liar if I told you that I don't appreciate that and feel honored to be in that position. And I take a hell of a lot of pride in that. And I pass that along to my team as well.
So this is a sense of responsibility you feel?
Yeah.
You do a good job of passing on to your team. I feel like you have passed that on to me. Full transparency. Eric manages our Airbnb that we have, and for which I'm very grateful. But the stewardship lens and mindset, while I would argue for myself personally, has been an underlying value that I've had. My main background was in food service, and I was in hospitality before I was with you. But I feel like you were really someone who put it into like language in a digestible, downloadable manner that I have taken with me. And I feel that way about our guests and hosting people to this city. I think Ohio in general is underrated, and Columbus is poppin'. And so I think what you have been doing and what you are doing is very special. And I think like what we talk about with the Thai people, like we should want people to come here and show them how awesome things are. Every place has not so great parts or, the things that could be better, but like, I don't know. I think people should want people to know where they come from and to enjoy their culture.
I think the world would be a lot better place.
Absolutely. I'm going to give you a couple rapid fire questions and then we'll wrap her up, baby. Who are you doing this for?
My mom.
Yeah, does she know that?
She does. She always tells me that it's not about her. And I should do it for me. But, every time, like, I think about, like, where I'm at, or, like, where I'm traveling, or, like, something that I climbed or ran or whatever, like, I know, I was like, I can do this. I get to do this. And there's somebody at home that I love very dearly that is everything to me that cannot.
Yeah.
And I'm going to experience this twice as hard.
Yeah.
And be twice as present.
Yeah.
For her.
Yeah. I think it's important when people finally realize, if they ever get to, that it's actually not about you. And so I think that's huge. What would you do if you weren't doing this?
I think that answer may have been different a few years ago. I think a few years ago I'd be cooking. I'd be serving, whether in my own restaurant or somebody else's. My life would look very different. I'd be happy, but I would not have achieved the success that I have. Would not have gone as far as I have. Would definitely not have traveled to the places I've been and seen the stuff that I have if I was in that role and in that mindset. And I think now, like if I had the opportunity to do something else, which I guess I do.
Yeah, I guess you could.
I do whatever I want.
Yeah.
It would probably be pretty similar, actually. It would just be maybe in a different place.
Yeah.
And just mixing drinks in a shack in Thailand, man.
Yeah.
On the beach.
Yeah.
And or just, I don't know, man. I'm a simple guy. I could live in a van and just drive around national parks and stuff.
I think I've told you this, but one day, whenever I hit like retirement age, I don't know if I ever retire, but and I don't mean like financially. I mean like I think I always want to do something. I want to be a fry cook and do breakfast.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Just like 6 a.m. to like 10 a.m. Just do 4 hours, maybe like 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Like make breakfast sandwiches and that sort of thing.
That's a good gig, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. When I worked at Panera, my favorite was always breakfast. And I love breakfast food, and a good breakfast sandwich is a game changer. Do you have any closing thoughts or a final piece of advice?
I am famously not good at giving advice, so I will not. I think I've probably given some good nuggets in this, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
And yeah, if anyone's interested, I feel like to know more about me and go a little bit deeper, the documentary is a really cool passion project.
Absolutely.
And like you said too, I mean, just visually stunning as well, if I could say that.
Yeah. And less than a half hour.
In less than a half hour.
Right?
Pretty digestible.
Yeah.
It's like 28 minutes.
Yeah.
26 minutes. Yeah, so would love if people tuned in and watched that. It's very entertaining, great piece, and very creative.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
But yeah, I guess my parting comment or piece to people that are listening to this is, never underestimate what you can do for yourself. And the conscious effort sustained over many years or even months is incredible what you can do. I mean, to me, to be sitting here and talking about the things that I'm talking about right now, and to think less than 12 years ago, I was sitting in a jail cell, worrying if I was ever going to not be in prison or not be in a situation where, I was institutionalized.
Right.
To now, I have freedom to live anywhere in the world, pretty much do anything that I want to do, and have an amazing team, an amazing business, and be able to provide for my family and provide for myself in a way that I never thought possible. And that all happened in less than really 10 years.
Yeah.
So there's people younger than me that have terrible attitudes that think their life is over, that they could turn it around in less than 10 years. And I didn't have tech. I didn't have AI.
Right.
Like, you could take my 10 years and you could do it in 2.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Right?
The excuses are evaporating quickly.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. And I think that there has never been a greater time to excel and to change your situation in life than today.
For sure.
And I think everyone has that opportunity. Everybody has that chance. You just have to go and take it.
Hell yeah. Eric, appreciate you, brother.
Oh, man, that's a good one.
Love you, man. This was so much fun. I have been waiting for this for a long time now. Bye, everybody. We did it.
Peace.
What's up, everybody? It's Jake here, Fowler and Friends. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me and all of us over here at Fowler and Friends. So if you could please like, subscribe, comment, do all of that. But definitely subscribe, share the videos with your friends, keep on supporting the channel. Thank you so much. Catch you on the next one. Later.